The program is now streaming in YouTube live.
Yeah. Dr. Arif, you can start now.
Yes, sir.
I'm making the host. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. You please stay as host for just finishing up to finishing my lecture, sir. Today,
Okay,
there is
no
my
problem.
presentation.
I'm making the host.
Okay,
Please
sir.
start. Please start.
Okay, sir. Uh, Thank you, Samsuluta sir, for doing this job every day for us. And today, you know that I welcome the friends and participant colleagues and respected teachers from the home and abroad, all who are connected with us for the last 1 month for this basic ILIZAROV session. And I want to express my heartiest thank to all of them. And today is the 24th presentation, and today is a long session. Many present part of the presentation is first part is the implant status is Bangladesh, second part Kurgan diaries, and also Kurgan diaries by Professor Barisar, and some motivational speech. So before going to the presentation proper, I want to go to Barisar, because there is a very sad news from the Orthopedic Society of Bangladesh, that one of our very prospective and energetic and also very good orthopedic surgeon from Chittagong just passed away today in the morning. So I request Barisar, please say some words for his departed souls and also condolence to his family. Barisar.
Good afternoon and good morning to the Nigerian fellows. So, earlier I told you, I personally very much shocked regarding the sad news of our junior colleague from Chittagong Medical College, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Samirul Babu. He was holding the post of associate professor. And for the last 1 month, he was fighting with corona. And today his condition was so bad in the morning, and he died near about 12 or 30 today. And it is a great shocking for all orthopedic surgeons from every corner of our country. And before going to our meeting, we must pray to Almighty Allah for the departed soul of Samirul. He has 3 children and a wife. Wife is a internal medicine specialist, working also in the same medical college. This is our port city, Chittagong Medical College. And his father-in-law was a renowned orthopedic surgeon, is alive now, and his brother-in-law is also an orthopedic surgeon. Samirul was a direct student of mine, and very young chap, energetic, dynamic, sincere, and devoted orthopedic surgeon. I must pray to Allah on behalf of our all group members and participants, so that may Allah bless him with Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. So now I'd like to call Arif to continue this session, please.
Thank you, sir. Everyone of us has a very soft corner for Shomirul Islam Bhai, and every one of us should pray for him, and may Allah rest his soul in peace in Jannat. Now I am going to share my screen and go to my presentation. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So far, all of you know that the Kurgan Fellow Group completed the 23rd lecture, and today is the 24th lecture. And today lecture is the I labeled is at 24th plus, because there are a couple of lecture today, very interesting and very amazing one, and also we will touch some important issue related to the fellowship in Kurgan Center. So I want to go to the recent ILIZAROV apparatus manufacturing quality in Bangladesh. There are some little bit theoretical discussion, but I want to escape this. And mostly my presentation I prepared based on the photograph that I have taken in my clinical practice and also some observations. And I request the co-host, please admit the new participant so that
Okay.
we can go smoothly. So,
Okay, proceed on.
yes, sir. Just a theoretical knowledge. Usually our ILIZAROV apparatus is made of stainless steel, but in steel there are 4 qualities: carbon steel, alloy steel, stainless steel that contain the chromium about 10 to 20%, and tool steel. And our interest is the stainless steel. And in stainless steel, according to the process of preparation or process of how it is prepared uh, from the mine or for raw iron to the stainless steel, there are some process: austenitic, ferritic, duplex, and martinistic. This is not a very much essential things for knowing the orthopedic surgeons, but usually ILIZAROV surgery is a matter of mechanics, also matter of engineering, and also matter of biology. So as ILIZAROV surgeons are jack of all trade, so they have to learn some things, what type of implant they used in their daily practice to do the perfect ILIZAROV surgery, and also uh, for knowledge purpose and also experiment purpose. So our interest is the austenitic type of stainless steel. It is not magnetic, but it is paramagnetic. Its magnetic capability is very less, and in medical science we use the stainless steel that is austenitic in derivative, and usually it is less magnetic or non-magnetic. So this type of things you should keep in mind, the what type of implant you are using. And then every time in our clinical practice we heard that our medical grade still is 116L. What is 116L? 116L, these 4 words, usually stainless steel is just a nomenclature of stainless steel is like that. This grading is like that. If it is 3, it is nickel chromium steel. It is, if it is 1, it is carbon steel. It is 9, it is the silicon and manganese steel. So here the 3 comes from this type of designation. And where the 1 is stand for, 1 stand for the percentage of the nickel and chromium in the steel. That is the, in our medical grade steel, there is the grade 1, that is the nickel 1.25%, chromium and other materials. This combination is known as 3-1 steel. And what is the 6 stand for? 6 stand for the percentage of carbon. And carbon, if it is L is added with this, then the percentage of carbon is very less. Usually when it is 316 L steel, the carbon particle amount is 0.08%. So very low carbon content steel is the ideal steel for the medical equipment and also for ILIZAROV surgery. So already you have got this idea. This is SAE, the Society of Automobile Engineering, and there are some authorities that they grade the steel. The American Iron and Steel Organization, AISI, is grading also the same as, and the European grading is something different. They do not use this 316 or 316L type of grading. They do it by 1 point something or other grading. So what is the medical grade steel? Medical grade is 116L, low carbon. Why it is good? It is good, is very good strength and corrosion resistance. Why I am telling this? I am telling is that some implant that are manufactured in my country very locally. I have shown all the things how the implant is manufactured in Bangladesh in my first lecture. That is the lathe made, handmade implant. And so I am just want to emphasize why our implant failed very frequently, because some of our implant that is manufactured in Bangladesh is not a medical grade, and there is another another grading of the medical grade iron. That is, I told you that in European grade it is 1.4404 type of steel we are using, but the same with the American or SAE grade. These all the gradings are same, but you see that the carbon content is very low in this type of medical grade steel. So the then the carbon grade, this is the same thing I am just repeating, the 4 number, and you already know how this number is labeled and what does the significance of this number. And now the original scenario. Usually all the steel materials we used in Bangladesh, these are collected from the ship breaking industry. And you know that Bangladesh, Vietnam, and China has a huge participation in the world ship breaking market. And in Bangladesh, I have talked with the several manufacturers in Bangladesh. There are very few, 2 or 3 manufacturers. They told me they took the steel from the mostly from this type of ship breaking steel. But this ship breaking steel is usually not that type of medical grade. So we face some problems. And why I am just emphasize that which type of steel is very much important or medical grade and what type of steel I am using. So for this reason, I just show you this type of slides and some meteorological issues. So which type of steel used in shipbuilding? Usually the carbon steel usually used in shipbuilding, but carbon steel has a problem that in ship there are various components. There are bottom component, the upper deck component, and other side. These steel are different in quality and different in properties and also in grading. But as a whole, ship steel usually the 490 to 620 megapascal. This is the limit of tensile strength. What is the tensile strength of this type of steel? But in medical grade steel, the tensile strength usually we used usually more than this type of grade. So our steel that are we using are not that type of strong in sense of tensile strength. And especially this is a little bit difficult calculation. I do not want to go through very much, but for this slides preparation, I took the assistance of the Indian orthopedics manufacturer Pitkar personnel Nitin Patke just sent me the meteorological property of their wire and bars that are used in the external fixator, and I just take this slide from that email. And one thing is that already from the biomechanics, you know that how much tensile strength a wire or a ILIZAROV system, a different issue you already just seen. I just simplify here. If you just calculate how much kg of tensile strength a wire or a rod can stand, that you can just you can calculate. If like that, a rod tensile strength is 860 to 1100. If you just multiply it 0.1, then you can get the kg per millimeter square, because we always in ILIZAROV surgery use the wires and other things usually based on millimeter. So if you just think that a bar, not it is a wire, a bar tensile strength is around, if you multiply in like this, is 86 kg, 110 kg tensile strength of a bar. But if the tensile strength of a wire, it is more. What is that? The tensile strength, this is I taken from the Pitkar biomechanical division. That usually we use 1.5 to 2 to diameter of the wire in ILIZAROV wires, and that tensile strength should be between 135 kg to 160 kg. And you know that usually the upper limit in ILIZAROV system, we use the upper limit of the tension up to 130. So this is the very important knowledge from the biophysics, that if you go beyond this point, then your system will be failed. No wire in medical grade have the tensile strength more than that. So I just want to just summarize all the things, is that good quality wire and good quality stainless steel is very much essential for your ILIZAROV success. But in case of ship breaking wires, you do not see ship breaking stainless steel, you cannot get this type of purity or this type of accuracy. But in our country, apart from the rings and post and other things, usually we use the wire in a very good quality. You know that from my professor Barisar uses the wire from the Russian original Kurgan wires, and these original Kurgan wires are very much good in sense of tensile strength, and also in sense of hardening and smoothness. And also for good ILIZAROV smooth wire, smooth means all the surfaces are very even and smooth, there is no roughness is there. Also good tensile strength needs medical grade. So somebody in my country, they use the good quality wire. I advise everyone, please use the good quality wire, not do not use the less quality, less tensile strength wire. It will break, it will not take the load that is applied on the ILIZAROV system just after loading. And in that condition, very stiff wire, very non-flexible wire, or less tensile strength wire will broken. So for wire quality, you do not change all the things, because you have to accommodate your local resource, you have to accommodate your facilities that you have, or your industrial capability. So for these reasons, you may have to sacrifice many things, but for the wire quality, don't compromise anything. Otherwise it will cost about your dignity, your fame. So for good ILIZAROV fixation, don't sacrifice or don't compromise with this issue. And other thing is that this is a very interesting thing. What is more stable, a circular structure or a elliptical structure? In my country, the local manufacturer, I have the data of sorry sir, I have data of different rings configuration of different manufacturer in Bangladesh. Some manufacturer produce their ring just as an elliptical shape. Elliptical shape, what is that? In both the end where the nut are just connected, they are something more compressed than the equator. So what makes it, this shape is not a full circle. There is circle is, this shape is a elliptical circles. And usually this type of elliptical structure, when ring applied to pressure, usually it breaks, and usually it structure failed. So but the circular structure, if you compress in the different angle, this structure will not fail. So we have to work more with our manufacturer that make your rings more circular. If it is elliptical, the part of the ring will be fall down or will be failed. And this is a very common illustration. If you just compress a egg from just on the lace curve or the side, just like that, you follow my cursor, it is very easy to break a break a egg. But if you compress this with a longitudinal manner like this, my culture, there are more strength you need to break this. So don't use any type of elliptical ring. Elliptical ring will cause the mechanical failure. For better understanding, I just shown you this photograph. I have taken this photograph from the internet. And in this issue, I want to just mention one thing is that our ILIZAROV Kurgan Fellow Group total arrangement was a very much basic, and it's for academic purpose. And we use many of the content from the Kurgan Center and from many books of deformity corrections, and also random different picture from the waves like this, and different corners, different picture also. So I, from myself and on the behalf of Kurgan Fellow Group, I express my heartful thanks to all the contributors from where we taken this for only for the academic purpose, not for any clinical or any experimental purpose. So my thanks goes to all the contributors who contribute us in a different way, but not presenting in our session. So now I am going to the another part, rusting. What is the rusting quality? Rusting, usually the iron get rusted, and I already told you what is the medical grade iron and what is the non-medical grade iron or shipbuilding iron. What is the problem with this type of iron or steel? This is a common scenario. These are very local made rings and post. You see that they are rusted after the use. Even their tensile strength is less. So this type of breakage is very frequent. If you follow the arrow, then you can see this type of breakage is very common in our ring system. And in my previous lecture, L2, if you go through the lecture, you know that all the diameters and different parameters, thickness, I have just elaborated on that lecture. I will not go to further in this lecture. I just want to go through some pictures to show how the ILIZAROV implant quality is going in our country. What is my motto for this? My motto is for this to make a standardization of ILIZAROV implant in my country and make a consensus about the ILIZAROV surgeons. And also, as Barisar is the president of Assami and different dignities of Bangladesh are present with this session. So my appeal to all of them to make a standardization or make a standardization protocol for using the implant in my country. And this is for your information that after coming from the Russia last year, we have modified some of our implant, and we changed our wire fixing bolt, and the arrow wire fixing bolt is Russian wire fixing bolt, and this one is our Bangladesh replica. And this lower channel, lower, if you follow the arrow, this lower implant is taken from the Russia, and this implant is uh, replicated in Bangladesh. As in Bangladesh, we don't have a proper channel to trade with Russia, or we don't have that type of opportunity or financial constant or distance constant. Sometimes we manufactured this type of implant in our country, but and also replication, making the replica of ILIZAROV implant also very common in different part of the world. And now go to the wire. And I have told some bio physiological property of the wire, and now I go into some my clinical observation in wire used in this wire. Is a tip of the Benner tip of the Russian ILIZAROV center wire, and you see the how much beveled is that. But usually the wires usually we use in our local settings, mostly from imported from the India. The tip are not so designed as like the Russian Russian wire. This arrow shows the Russian ILIZAROV Benner tip configuration, and this is the other one is the normal available ILIZAROV tip configuration. And here again time how much beveled the Russian bayonet tip. The Russian bayonet tip is beveled so much, but the locally available wires, ILIZAROV wires, are not beveled in that amount. And also you see the nice arrow picture. I am just holding my cursor over there. The how much the bayonet tips are projected from the wire shaft itself. And also in the Russian wire, you do not get this type of assembly in our locally made, locally available wires. In Russian wire, there is a ridge on the opposite end of the wire, so that it can fit it nicely with their chuck, a special chuck. In Kurgan center, there are a special chuck for introducing of the wire, which makes you very comfortable for introduction of the wire. And also Barisa told you on of the lecture, if you just I tested the bending of a normally available wire, and also the olive from the Kurgan center, and this very fine tipped olive tip, and is for Russian Kurgan center olive, and this is olive, our locally available olive. And you just look that if you bend this one like this, after release of the bend, the curve of the Russian wire is so smooth, but our locally available wire are bended like acutely, or its physical property almost gone. So this type of things you have to just keep in mind, that how flexible our wire is. And other very much important thing in my sense, that these wires are shouldered, these are locally available wires, these wires are shouldered with the copper. And thus look at the bead size, how much the big the bead size is. But in Russian wire system, the bead is very fine and very delicate. And what is the problem with this type of copper shouldering? And I just asked my resident and interns and my assistant, just make a collection of the olive that is removed from my patient. Usually every time I got the olive like this shape. This is olive, and I have collected several olives. All of the olives I have just kept in my collection to observe what are the problems with the olives after removal of the local olives. You see that this excoriation that is just occurred when this olive is removed from the any patient during frame mounting. And this is another picture. And I have seen many olives that is removed from the body is stained with the as usual the green stain that usually the copper things turned out when is left kept in a free places. And this type of reaction usually occurs in olive that we are using in our local settings. And also there is a deformation of the wires during tightening or tensioning. This type of poor wire quality do this type of things. And you see, this is for comparison. The middle is the normal available wires, and on the both two side how the find the Russian olives. The Russian olives usually made from the two source. Sometimes these olives and the beads and the wires are just manufactured singly, and they incorporated by some technical means. And sometimes the wires are produced so much that a thicker rod is taken and it is lathed and made up to the wire shape. So in that cases, the ball tip usually not shouldered. The ball tip usually is a part of the wire. So this type of two manufacturing quality of wire is available in Kurgan center. And you know that I am very much, sometimes I am meticulous, and so I am just ask myself and continuously searching what is the quality of tensioner and what is the quality of nuts and other things that are nut tightenings and wire slippage during the any certain amount of tension we applied in a ring or in a wire. that if you see that this is my locally made on-off device by which I just measure the adequacy of the tensioner. I shared this picture a couple of years ago in Facebook. If you want to just judge your tensioner, it is working properly or not, you can send it to me and I can have this assessment. This is a digital weight machine with maximum 300 kg weight bearing, and we apply the different pressure and different tension and measure the graduation and the reading, it is same or not. And one thing I just found that usually most of the wires are slipped from when the tension is increased. And this slippage is very much important thing in loosening of the wires in the ILIZAROV. So I always emphasize to make the proper wire fixing wire fixing bolt, and also tighten the nuts in a very much adequate torque. So this type of wire slippage can be removed. And what happens if you put tension in this type of device? Just think that I put tension 120 kg, but after sometimes I see that the wires are slipped from both from this end and also from this end, and after sometimes the tension in the wire just decreasing gradually. So if these things also happened in your frame construct in a bone or in a limb, and after loading, what scenario that will happen, you can understand very easily. And I am just measuring how much wire slippage already lost after giving the tension. Just a biomechanical study I try to do in my local setting. And now the quality of the washer that we have. This is local made washer, and usually they uh, put a grinder and make this type of circular holes, or semi-circular holes at the side of the this washer. And this is another view. And you see that, but this upper structure is upper three washer are from the Kurgan center. What is the problems with this circular ridge washer? The problems with this circular ridge washer is that these ridges cannot hold your wire tightly. Even if you want to use the low diameter wire, uh, this uh, this washer will fail. And also the wires will slip. Usually this wire can accommodate 1.8 and 2 millimeter wires. If you use less than this diameter, this washer will not be in a good function. And what are the difference with the Kurgan center washer? You see that Kurgan center washer is a little bit triangular, not a semicircular one. This triangular washer have a good purchasing capability than the circular one. So we have to change our design to make it more precise and make it more biomechanics friendly. And what about the wire fixing bolt in our country? In my country, somebody used this Chinese bolt just drilled at his neck and use. It is very popular in Bangladesh. I just recommend from this forum, don't use this type of wire fixing bolt. It is very bad. It usually fails very easily, and you cannot retention your wire if you need. This type of wire is a very bad wire for ILIZAROV fixation. So I recommend everyone and also advise, and I want the Barisar and other dignitaries opinion. Please don't use this type of this type of Chinese bolt modified wire fixing bolt for ILIZAROV fixation. If this forum and Bangladesh Assami and other authorities take a good decision, if we want to standardize our implant, then we can prevent the use of this type of implant in our country. And this is also other form of implant wire fixing bolt that we used in our country. But this wire fixing bolt are better than this Chinese nut with making a hole over the neck. Why it is better? Because it have a large surface area, and it can hold the wire more tightly than the other do. But the main problem of the configuration of this slot is also a problem. And another problem is that some authorities and some implant manufacturer, they just put a cannulated hole on the neck of that wire fixing bolt, that long wire fixing bolt. But the problem is that the slot should not be like in this direction. It should be in longitudinal direction. If you put slot in this direction, the wire head usually break. So this type of design change we should make in our country so that we can get good quality of ILIZAROV implant. And this is the original Russian ILIZAROV wire fixing bolt that they are using nowadays. We got last year that all of the ILIZAROV fixation is doing by using this type of wire fixing. And you see that how the slot is. The slot is a triangular fashion, not a circular fashion. And there is a heavy neck just behind the just below the below the main bolt head. And if you see in the another view, you can see the view. This is the original Russian wire fixing bolt. And after coming from the Russia, we just custom made this type of bolt, but not so precisely. And this bolt is usually 6 millimeter the head height, and it is very good for tightening. You can tight as much as you can, and also you can make a manual tension with this type of wire fixing bolt. It is very much user friendly. And this is our local replica. This is our local replica we have made by seeing the Russian one. And the same problem is that we cannot make the slot a triangular fashion. Usually the slot we have made, usually this is a semicircular fashion, and it caused the loosening of the wire also, but a less amount. And this our Russian modification of our local wire fixing bolt. We are now in Kushtia Medical College. We are now using this type of wire fixing bolt all of the cases. And I I have studied what is the bolt tightness of this wire fixing bolt. I use different configuration of the wires that I got from our manufacturer and also from the other countries. And I see that the big head configuration with the triangular slot and the central slot, and also these hexagonal wire fixing bolt are the best. But the problem is that if you put the manual tension in this hexagonal in this the long wire fixing bolt head, usually this rotate with a more dimension than the hexagonal wire fixing bolt. So if you follow my cursor, this long head wire displacement is more than this hexagonal wire fixing bolt. So this thing you should keep in mind. And if you do the ILIZAROV regularly, then you can know what are the difficulties of this type of different assembly particles. And there is all of my just a curious experiment, which wire configuration makes you more stability. The wire will not rotate and wire will be more stable, so that the what are the causes for wire loosening. One is the if you do not drill this properly, there thermal necrosis, hole in the bones. You may not tension properly. Even you may not tighten your wire fixing bolt with the ring properly. These are different issues. So you have to solve all the issue with your available resources. And I want to show you one important thing. These are the same rings, but you see that the rings are not collinear. So these are the problems usually we face in our day-to-day practice. And what about the post in our local manufacturing quality? And usually I have shown you that our posts are not that type of in thickness like the Russian one. And other problem is that in our female post, the none of the female posts have the slot connecting the fast hole. What is the problem with this? If it is not connected with the fast hole, this hole in the end, usually the rod you inserted in the female post, usually it got bended, and sometimes it just moves, it's come out very easily, or it bended very easily. So be sure that every female bolt should have this type of hole connecting from the fast hole to the end. So this type of female post is more stout than the other, and this is the hinge we are just using in our country. These hinges are not like the Russian ones. What are the Russian hinge like that? You see that Russian hinge, the female hinge part is more collar, and also the uh, rods can come out up to this point. And this, if I follow my cursor, this post usually used for hinges in my country, and this hinges used in Russian one. And this we are trying to modify our implant like that. This cursor moving part is Russian, and this is our replica. And what about the plates? The arrow shows the Russian plates, two hole plates, nice smooth surface and two hole plates. And but and we try to make a replica of this post, and it is like that. And it is twisted plate. It is not that type of thick materials. It can fail or bending. I already told you that why the bending force in our implant is not good enough, because the quality of the iron or stainless steel we are using not good enough. And also you need some amount of hardness uh, to hold your wires in our wire fusing bolts. But our slotted wire fusing bolt that we are using are not hard enough. Many times I have seen in my clinical practice that when you just tighten very strongly in this wire fusing bolt, the wire can decrease the slot, and also the slot of the wire fusing bolt also deformed. So this type of issue have a very problematic in our day-to-day practice. And now come from the rings. What is the quality of the rings? I have just aligned some of the same size, same company rings, but you see that the none of this makes a uniform shape. They are a very different shape, even length, even curvature also. And problem is that all the rings are manually manufactured. There are discrepancy in the whole arrangement. If you just put same company ring in a just side by side manner, you see that none of the hole is circular. Only one or two hole is circular. They are elliptical. And the problem arises if you think that you want to use this half ring with a configuration of the 5/8 rings. What happens? All of the holes are just missed. So it is very problematic to negotiate uh, any any rods and any post in these places. And there are also problem with the manufacturer also. Different company manufacture the rings, diameter, size, holes arrangement in a different way. If you just mixed two company ring in your clinical practice, or if you go in a OT and just take the rings from the different manufacturer, then you will be in great trouble. You see that the hole are not collinear. And also see that I just compile two manufacturer ring. Usually these two manufacturer are very much available in my country. What is the overlap between, and how the curve of the bend? So there are huge difference. If you just mixed one ring with the other company, then sorry, then there are huge problems. And the chance. Usually in our country, we mostly use the taper chance. We do not get the same uniform diameter chance in our country. And we just modified our chance as a Russian ones. because we just threaded the end of the shanks so that it can we can use it very smoothly with any type of fixation, and it increase your fixation capability. And the last but not the least, and what is that? The where this washer, you can buy this washer from the any of the pharmaceutical shop in Bangladesh, and you should use in your clinical practice. And now I am end of my presentation. I think I took a very long time. You get the Harsha sir, Samsuluda sir. It was the last foreign tour before the COVID, and it was very enjoyable time in the Delhi Grand Hotel for Assami called India. And Samsuluda sir is always with us. And every time we are very much passionate about the Kurgan peoples. The Gubin sir just sorry, Gubin sir just come to our places in Bangladesh, Boscon this year. We have an opportunity to meet him and have a conversation with him. Every time whenever we get the Kurgan people, we used to just have a good conversation with him. And this is our mentor. And one thing I want to share for today, that when Barisar just present, when Barisar came one place, every student, even the all the Kurgan fellows, just make a circle with him, and Barisar moves like this leader, and every Kurgan fellow and other people just keep following him all the times in a conference in Bangladesh or any places. That is this very nice understanding between us, that we always follow Barisar in every places, and Barisar always moves with a very good team. And I think this is a very much fortunate thing for a one professor, that in true sense I do not get another professor, or I do not have seen another professor moving with his very big team everywhere. So I am also a member of this team. So in this sense, I always fond of Barisar. And what is the thing? Learn, think, and learn. If you learn and keep learning, and you can do better things, and without learning, we cannot improve yourself, and you will be get back. So thank you, sir. I think I took a very long time to finish my lecture. Now I am ending my screen and go to the participation mode. Bari sir, sorry sir, I
thank you. No problem, no problem.
A very long time.
Let me talk a little bit regarding this.
Yes, sir.
This is very common issues. So you have shown everything. When I started here in my country long back, even the nut, nobody could identify what is nut. These are the sequential things that you have shown, very common. Doctors, they are not willing to see all these things, problematic things. That's why Professor ILIZAROV always told, that I repeatedly tell, no surgeon is justified to do my technique, that means ILIZAROV technique, unless he has got the competent idea regarding the technique and the apparatus that you are using. This is a common, very common issue. Very, very common issue. So my request, on the basis of a lecture, every ILIZAROV surgeon should see the apparatus. Don't make any compromise with the apparatus. Don't make any compromise. That's why basic ILIZAROV is very important. Ring size, wire size, elasticity of the quality of the olive, quality of the wires, and quality of the rings, quality of the post, everything. Okay, thank you. 50, already 5. Next, start.
Thank you, sir, for your appreciation. I think,
sir,
yes, sir?
I have like to add something. I was not a regular session. There is some personal problem with me. I hope. So how can we get this implanted instruments? How can we prepare here? Any thinking about use? We cannot import it from Kurgan. how we can prepare or make these implanted instruments in Bangladesh with this collaboration of something by apps. Have you any plan to do that?
I have a one person who is doing. I try to improve my quality of the all parts, everything, and repeatedly I have a sitting all the time with the person. Do it like this, do it like this. Even then, there is a problem with the this one and this one and that one. So we must do a meeting how we can improve ourselves regarding the quality of the instruments. The problem that I face, that's why I'm taking all the time, they're sending it through from the Kurgan. The main thing, olive and wires I'm using from there. And even then when I go, I take other things also, posts and that, you know, these are the things. And for quality maintain, we must talk with the government level. And who will do that? Who will do that? What we have gone through this level, only the personal initiative. Nobody help you. Nobody will help you. What Arif showed, he has his own capacity, he has did this. This is the problem there. These already I have passed long ago. These are the problem. That's why I am using all the apparatus. I know the Kurgan apparatus the best in the world. They are using from there, the wires and all, it's everything. And they're a very big factory. You have seen experimental factory. They have an engineer. We have nothing. Who is engineer? No. We are getting the quality of olive oils he has shown. This is the first time I'm looking, getting from the market and using. So give me. Yeah, I will use. But doctors should also give emphasis to these instruments also. Let us have a meeting in our Assami group later on. This is not Assami, this is one fellow group. Then we'll talk about that. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Just my motto was just raise a question and to just circulate the condition so that the Assami and boss and the other authorities in Bangladesh can take a very good consensus that they can use their implant in a very good quality. So it is high time for us. So let's think differently and think progressive. Without any limitation and without any other thinking, we should work for our society and also work for our ILIZAROV and the Assami. Thank you, sir, for participating today. We have a very respected guest today, Professor Junjunullah sir. Junjunullah sir is here. Before going to the next session, I want to just hear from Junjunullah sir. Junjunullah sir, are you connected, sir? Junjunullah sir?
Arif, next.
Okay,
Start.
sir. Okay, sir. Just we lost the connection from Junjunullah sir.
Arif?
Sorry, sir.
I've made you host. Okay.
Yes, sir. I got that. You made me host again. And thank you, sir. I want to go to the most interesting part of this presentation. That is the Kurgan diaries. The Kurgan diaries will be presented at the first by me, and you already got all the notice about the Kurgan diary. That Kurgan diary have 7 parts. First part by me, a journey to Kurgan, and second part food and mosque, and then third part the Kurgan nature, and fourth part the hospital and academics. I will go one by one, and every Kurgan fellow just prepared their presentation a very nice way. I am going to my presentation at first. Just a brief presentation. It says only photo presentation. Okay, I'm going to screen share.
Yes, yes.
Junjunullah sir,
Yes.
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Sir, if you just are in our session about the implant quality in Bangladesh, do you have any opinion regarding today's presentation?
Now you have shown absolutely correct. Implant quality is very, very important. Even in India, the implant quality is not up to the mark. It is better than possibly of other countries, but it is still not up to the mark. Even Pitker's implants are quite good. They are about 98% better. But other implants from different sources are very bad. The olive comes out, the wire breaks, wire gets junked, the plates they don't fit, the holes they don't match, and there are so many problems like that,
Yes, sir.
which you have shown absolutely correct. Thank you very much. Very nice of you.
Thank you, sir. Then we are going to the next part of the presentation. I am sharing my screen. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir. A journey to Kurgan. I'm going to the slideshow. Yes, a journey to Kurgan. I just shake apology from Bari sir. Just I have a I use these Russian words, but I do not know how, why my pronunciation.
This is called this. I'll help you. This is called Puteshestve v Kurgan.
Yes, sir.
Puteshestve, buddy, journey.
Journey, yes, sir. Rightly mentioned. So I will not I will not go for the pronunciation. Bari sir already did that for me. And a journey to Kurgan, and from Nitor to Kurgan. Most of the orthopedic surgeons in Bangladesh are the product of Nitor, and it is our mother institute. And when I was a diploma student, just when in daily morning session, I got tasked with the legendary ILIZAROV surgeon Barisar from 2006, and from at that time, Barisar used to tell every time, go to the Kurgan and see what are they are doing. Go to the Kurgan, what are they are doing. And from then, there is a dream in my mind that one time I definitely go to the Kurgan and want to see all of the activities and all of the scientific activities they are doing there. And I took my thesis in ILIZAROV, and Barisar was my guide in ILIZAROV thesis. And from that dream, and we have to just take a very long duration to accommodate all the things and to make the preparation, because you know that the Russia is a very distant country from our places, and there are some expenses and other academic issues and academic expenses, also the fellowship expenses. So and also most important thing is that if you want to learn any good thing from a foreign country, you must have some experience doing this same activity in your country. Otherwise, you will not get the whole idea by seeing a very short moment of time. So you must have some exposure to ILIZAROV surgery to get greater benefit from the Kurgan Center. So I dream about the Kurgan Center, and Barisar makes me dream. And I also find my 7 Kurgan fellow with me to have the same dream. And this type of program schedule usually every you can get in the Kurgan website. The website address is also mentioned there in Kurgan ILIZAROV Center website. Every year they organize this type of fellowship in a sequential gap, and usually we went there at April session, from 1st April to the 26th April. This is a transition time, not too much cold, not too much, and everyone is preparing for the for spring is coming, and usually it is a transition time. You can get some amount of snowfalls, and you can get a little bit cold weather, but not so cold as the other part of December, November, December. So the part of March and April is a little bit comfortable, and also the June period is very much comfortable because it is a springtime there, and usually all the trees and all the places are sunny, and there is the blooming of the trees and all over the green kurgan you can see in the June. But we do not go to in June session, as because in June, because of ILIZAROV birth anniversary, usually the Kurgan peoples are very much busy in their other program activities, anniversary activities. So we want to just go to at a good time, so that we can get 100% concentration in our fellowship and also in our learning process. So this was our consideration regarding going to Kurgan at that time. And for going to Kurgan, we just have a meeting for a 1 year before we going to Kurgan, because you know that the Kurgan always demand some fellowship fees also, and it is a very high amount. You can get all the information from the website, and also there are traveling cost and your 1 month cost and other thing. So you have to organize very earlier in the year, so that you can make all the things very nicely. And usually this proposal I put all the Kurgan fellow at the late part of December in 2017, and in Boscon 2018 we have a meeting in the NITOR at the just at a moment of the Boscon conference, and have a consensus about how we can organize our tour to Kurgan. And this is very old picture of 2018, where the all Kurgan fellows and some others fellow who are just present in our meeting, but for some unavoidable reason they are not able to go there. And this is a very much memorable picture for us. Just before the flight of flight of Kurgan, the night before, we just we took a flight on 13th of March, but it was on 29th of March around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. In a restaurant where we get our mentors a just a appreciation dinner in that area. I have a good time, and always we that time is very much memorable. Unfortunately, the Kamrujaman Bhai is not present here. He joined with us just later, and it was a pre-Kurgan traveling dinner with Barisar in 2019 and 29 March. And when we checked in our airport, we are everyone is smiling, and I am just holding the victory, just a preparation for going to Kurgan, because from Bangladesh only the Turkish airline from Istanbul to Moscow, usually we get that route, and it was early in the morning, usually 6 or 5 a.m. that we are waiting for the boarding, and in Hazrat Shahjalal Airport in Dhaka. And just before we are just about to in the plane for Kurgan, and when we landed in Kurgan, Luba, the very good and very generous volunteer from the Kurgan just pick up us from the airport, and we went to the Kurgan dormitory, and it was on 13th of March. And usually it takes 1 day to reach Kurgan from Bangladesh. From Bangladesh, you usually go to Istanbul, Istanbul in the, 6 or 7 hours, and here there is a transit, and from there you go to Moscow for another 3 or 4 hours, and from the Moscow it takes 2.5 hours to reach the Kurgan, and usually takes a whole day because you have to some layover time in flight. And after reaching the Kurgan, the first job for all the fellows was that just to see the ILIZAROV statue. It was on the morning of the 31st March. And our session will start on the 1st April. So we have a free time and a accommodation time, and to know all the local details of the Kurgan, so that we can cope 1 year very nicely. And the next first job in the 1st April, the official day, we want to see our professor portrait with the other dignities of the world in the Hall of Fame in Kurgan Center, and we don't miss the chance to take picture on that area. And Barisar advised us to, the Russians are very much fond of, if you meet them and if you get good gifts from your place, then they are very happy. And at the time of meeting, we meet the Gubin. Gubin was the director in that time. Gubin at the first day of our academic day, and we just handed over a book from our country that is written in English. It was the autobiography of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the greatest Bengali Bengali from our country, and he is the founder of our country. So we handed over a autobiography of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman to Gubin, and also there is a crafted wall mat from Adong. We just handed over Gubin, and it was a very delightful conversation and delightful meeting. And we are all the 7 Kurgan fellow have the dream in their eyes and very much enthusiastic, and they meet the Gubin and started the day with full spirit in Kurgan Center. In Kurgan Center, there we have a very good routine. Every day we meet in the Winter Garden. This place is known as Winter Garden, and she is Allah, and she is our interpreter. And also I mailed all the communication between me and the Kurgan Center was through the Allah's mail. And you will get all the information about the international department on the later one. And every day, and there is a routine in Kurgan Center for me and also for Shetu Bhai and other Kurgan fellow. Every day at the last time, we used to call our mentor, Professor Bari. And that was a very interesting moment, that where the Bari sir memorized his times and we share our times. And it was a so nice sharing moment. I cannot say you in a few words. It was a very interesting and memorizing time for me the last time. And that is my message to everyone. If you hold the hand of the ILIZAROV and adhere to his technique and spread his technique to all over the world, and then you will be master of one thing, you will get peace in mind, and you will be famous one. And at the last, the most memorable part come to us. Every Kurgan fellow successfully completed their training at the 25th of April, and we get the certificate from the Saldatov sir, Shigirov sir, and also the Sebes sir sitting on the end, and Valentina International Department head is standing behind, and all the 7 fellow got the certificate. And one thing I want to mention, that on appreciation speech by the Kurgan authority, they praised the Bangladeshi group very nicely. And all of the Bangladeshi groups have a very basic knowledge, and they performed participation in operation in Kurgan Center very nicely, and also share their knowledge with the Kurgan dignities very nicely. And they always encourage us the level of understanding of Bangladeshi group very nicely. And this is a very memorable picture, or must do it list from us before going to Kurgan. From the early part of my clinical practice in 2006, I used to see my mentor Barisar have a picture with the snowfall and in Russia in this type of pose. So we just decided we must take this type of photograph whenever we get the sono in Kurgan. So this is for all Kurgan fellow. After doing the 1 month of fellowship, they are a little bit relaxing mood, and everyone is just copying the Barisar pose in his Russian style. And also the dream of every man here, the place, working place of Kurgan. Everyone in Kurgan center just do not miss this chance to take a picture with the chair of Kurgan and with the ILIZAROV and with the table he uses, and thinks and imitate himself as a ILIZAROV surgeon, as a successor of ILIZAROV. And so my proposal is that Assami BD Fellowship, and that is for home and abroad, and also foreign participant. Our Assami and the Bangladesh Orthopedic Society will take the initiatives to make this happen. And memorandum of understanding, that is, if any government or any government center can make a memorandum of understanding with the Kurgan center, then all the new surgeons and the new fellows can get all the chance a little bit low cost and little bit less tuition fees. So my proposal to on, as the Kurgan center is a federal part of federal government, sometimes the Kurgan authorities don't have that right to decrease all the things and all making the memorandum of understanding. If the government of Bangladesh or Bangladesh Orthopedic Society or Assami can make this type of memorandum of understanding, that it will be helpful for the newer ILIZAROV surgeon. And also the dissemination of knowledge. Dissemination of knowledge is my motto, and also it is the motto of all the ILIZAROV surgeons and the Kurgan group. And we want to go for the all-year academic activity. And the most important thing is the standardization of the implant. And one thing regarding the fellowship, I want to just I want to think it is necessary to inform you that if you go in a good number in Kurgan center, Valentina, the international department chief, just give us a promise that if you go in a good number, like the 10 people in a group in Kurgan center at a time, then they will decrease the academic fees or the fellowship fees for one people. So it is a good offer from the Kurgan center. I think this offer not very much important. If we sign a memorandum of understanding with the Kurgan center or the Russian government, then we can get all the facilities in a very convenient manner. And this is my last slide, and it was our must do. And every day, usually in Kurgan, we phone Barisar and have some instruction what to do and where to go, because Barisar is the master of Kurgan. He knows all the things better than anyone about the Kurgan in this area. So we go there with a bunch of roses to express our greatest thank and gratitude, and also the honor this academician, this great man, on his grave. And we just stay there for a minute of silence, and then we come back. And it was a very wonderful feelings about these young surgeons, that they are standing just on the side of ILIZAROV. So thank you. This is all from my side, and I am now stop sharing, and I am going to Hamidul Islam sir. Please,
meeting আছে
Hamidul Islam sir, please share your screen.
Okay.
And Hamidul Islam sir, topics is food and mosque of Kurgan. And after Hamidul Islam, the Nazmul Shetu, please prepare your presentation will be on nature on Kurgan. Yes, Hamidul Islam, please go for the screen share mode.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can see. Yes, this may be the first page.
Yes, Dr. Arif, thank you very much for your nice deliberation. Good speech about all the basic things of ILIZAROV and a journey to Kurgan. Actually, I will talk on food and mosque. One thing is very important, that if you don't have any food in the stomach, you will be weak and you cannot talk so much. So food is very important. And before going to my slide, I want to talk about something that you have already mentioned. Barisar, we have a good meeting with Barisar before the day of journey, and he told us about everything what is available in the country. That is especially we asked him about the food. The sir told us that you go and you will find everything available in the country and cheap. And he also told us to take some food materials from our country like rice and lentils and everything. So some of our colleagues also took some of this kind of food from this country. And after going there, this is slide. You can see here this there is fish, Kurgan group. There is special food, the French food we have taken in the once some time taken in the Kurgan in one restaurant. I will talk on later on of this matter. This is Mrs. Moss, and this is already have mentioned before the journey. This is Dhaka Airport, Shah Jalal International Airport. Everybody is smiling because we are stout and strong enough because we have food in our stomach. But after a journey, 8 or 9 hours, when you reach in the Moscow, you become very hungry, really. And look, the face, everybody eyes sunken. So we are very hungry, and we have only tissue paper on our tray. No food is there. Already all have been taken by our because we are very hungry. And after Moscow, we reached in the Kurgan airport, and Luba, very nice lady, who took up ourselves in the dormitory. And in our dormitory, there is good accommodation for us, and there is a good kitchen. There is everything. In the kitchen, there is everything. Washing machine, and they have a good every utensil is there. Everything is there, and it is very fortunate for us that when after reaching the Kurgan center, when we going to the market, that is super shop very near to the Kurgan center. There are a lot of super shops everywhere, but there one super shop very near to the Kurgan center. In it, everything is available, and we will be very glad to know that everything is really cheap. Everything is cheap. Everything is available. Nothing is like Bangladesh, onion, garlic, and every rice or bread or butter or wheat, everything is available. Oil, everything is available in the country, like Bangladesh. And this is, we are very much fond of this fish because this is very cheap in that country, and this fish always, every time we took many kind of fish, but many times we took this fish, and we find it always alive. When we fish, this was alive. And after coming in the dormitory, we process the fish. This is raw fish, and this is fried fish, and this is what we're taking. Everybody is, I think this is the big ball is rice, and this is fried fish is here. Everybody is hungry because every time at the dinner we are always become hungry. So the food is hot. So somebody is trying to cooling the food by his mouth, taking the food. And Munir Bhai is very hungry, and
Who is the
already
cook? Who is the cook, Hamid bhai?
we cook. Actually, everybody cook. Everybody cook. We have a schedule. We have a schedule.
Hamid bhai is the
Some
chief cook.
chef cook, but everybody help. Arif helped me. Arif helped me a lot. I think Arif, Mustafa, Abdullah, Gaji Munir Bhai also helped me a lot, and Abdullah, Kamajan Bhai. Everybody help with everything. All of them have rice, different kind of curries, masala from the Bangladesh, different kind of food from Bangladesh. So everybody, you have a good day, good nice memories in Kurgan. And this is another day. Everybody is smiling because on that we have a rich food. I think this is pulao in Bangladesh, like pulao. And everybody is happy, is smiling in their face, and everybody is happy. And this is Bangla khabar, and because everything available, this is chicken curry, chicken curry. This is cooked lentils, and this is Mustafa. He is very hungry. He is taking food, and everybody is taking food. This is in one memorable day because great man chefs of Barisar told us the day before The chapter will entertain you in a Kurgan center that is in a Chinese restaurant, and exactly
French restaurant.
French restaurant. French restaurant. This is a good lunch for us. Then we took nice fish, so tasty fish. We took on the on the lunch, and chef shop asked us, "Do you like to take any dinner? Take a dinner? Do you like to take wine or not?" Everybody of us told, "No, sir, we don't like to take it because if we do not, no one is a smoker among us, so we don't like to take." Oh, they he become very astonished. No, no, we don't even smoke. Yes, I don't even smoke. So very time. And next is this. See the next picture. Everybody's stomach is full, abdomen is swollen, calm, and everybody is smiling. The shape of star is here. It's a good photo. And there is a mosque in the Kurgan center. It's a nice mosque. It is about 20 to 24 kilometers away from the center. It is in the city. And as you are a Muslim, so we are very much fond of halal food. And about halal food, there are a lot of shops in the market, as well as there is a shop in near the Kurgan center, 2 to 3 kilometers away from the center. There is a halal shop, and also in the mosque area, just in the, near the gate, there is a meat shop. And every week we bought the beef from the center, and we used to cook this, and we take this nicely. And this is all about me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In this relation, just stop your screen share. In this relation, I want to just mention one thing is that there is a every day there is a schedule who will assist Hamid Bhai with the cooking, and usually Abdullah Bhai more or less times he just forgot that it is my day, and one day when his day is come, just when his day came, and he just asked Hamid Bhai how to cook the rice. Should I put the salt in it? I think it was a very memorable thing for us. And now I'm so Abdullah Bhai, please don't get hearted. Just I'm telling this for making out of fun. And now I am going to Nazmullah Shetu sir. Please share your screen and share your Kurgan experience.
Yes.
Namaspuri.
Yes.
You can see?
Yes, sir. Please.
Actually, most of the picture I have already shown. Just
Hamidul Islam, please mute your microphone.
Most of the pictures have already shown. Just I repeat the pictures and also emphasis my attention actually to the nature of the Kurgan. Just pass the pictures and no dialogues regarding this. Just look at memorable days in Russian ILIZAROV Scientific Center, Restoration of Trauma and Orthopedic Center, Kurgan. Kurgan is the area that is situated in the Siberian area, western part of the Siberia. The city is Kurgan. The province is known as Kurgan Oblast. Oblast means forest, that means jungle. There are 8 oblasts in Soviet Russia. For this reason, this part is named as Kurgan Oblast of this Russia. Kurgan is a very big city, but it has population is very low population. Low population, that means it contains 360,000 only. And so it's a big city, big roads, big everything. Everything is dispersed widely. So at a glance, you have no man everywhere, you go nowhere. No man look like a departed city like this. This picture is the Kurgan's center, that is ILIZAROV center, and it is taken mostly in June session. And this is green color. You look, blue sky, green color, and beautiful flowers. And you can see the different colors of flowers everywhere. And just before we started to Kurgan, and at the Shahjalal airport, and at the Istanbul, and also in Moscow, and Luba received us, and the residence where we live in the Kurgan. This is the first day. You can see here the snows are behind us, and the trees are leafless almost, and grayish in color, and other weather is white in color. Look, the coldest area, the temperature is almost minus 2 to 6. And one day we enjoyed the minus 12 degree. And then when we are going to the near to the May, then it comes to the 2 to 12 degree. And it is our nice time. And it is totally credit goes to our Hamid Bhai. He's the best cook ever I have enjoyed. And you can see the Luba and our Ala interpreter. And she becomes our good friend also. And our Hamid Bhai, and you can see here, there is a color of the sky. Look behind it, it's like Firoja color. That is Firoja color. When the light reflects on the snow, then this color is, you can see here. And they look here, and when the snow falls and covered it, and it is our winter garden. We meet here every morning and very punctually, not 1 minute late, almost 2 to 5 minutes before the time. We enjoyed the time, and we have some time to coffee with this period. And this period, this is the beautiful time. And with our Professor Baris sir. And this is the, you can see this picture already shown before in several lectures, so you can see here. And after the class session, and when the snow is falling down, and in the terrace of the OT, and in the international department, we meet here, and in the workshop of the ILIZAROV apparatus. And this is our lovely picture. You can see here how nice our great Abdullah. And we enjoyed the time with Director Professor Gubin. And we all, most of the time, we take a picture with the professor after the end of the lecture. And in the downtown, you can see here. And look, there's no people are roaming everywhere. There are big road, big buildings, and everything. Everything you can see, but no people in outside of the buildings because of cold. But moreover, this people is not so populated here. In Dhaka city, Dhaka city have the 2 crore people, but about more than big city, more than Dhaka city, it has only 360,000. So this is our bus journey and go to the downtown city. You can see here the nice city and sunny day. You can see. And very familiar to the local peoples. They front of us and take pictures with us. And this is the mosque you have shown. And you see there. And this is the picture of, and it's a snowfall day, you can see here. So whole city is like a white colored. And this is the shopping. You can see our Abdullah is looking for a bathtub in the shopping mall. And we're taking food in the hotel, very good food. And this is the only, this is the halal food shop that was led by Kazakhstan people. And this is the snowfall day, you can see here.
पानी पिलाने
Just look. If you look this, you can see whole city is covered with snow. And look here, just in front of our house is where we live.
Click again.
And is the market. After in the market, we enjoyed the food also.
Shetu bhai, can you tell something about the Coke in the market?
It is your fault. Huh? Okay, you can discuss it later. Okay, with Professor Shigram. He later on he became a good friend with us and very nicely demonstrated everything, and we enjoyed the time. And the patients are also very cooperative. You can see everything every time. And this is the patient of ILIZAROV Center. They are taking a picture with us. And the patients you can see here. And one patient, and outside the sunny days, and all after the end of the OT, and we are waiting for the next OT. This period, they are all with their mobiles. Look, no one without any mobile.
Except Dr. Munir.
Munir is taking
pictures.
Taking
with the phone. With the phone.
The mobile. With the mobile.
With mobile.
Mobile. And this is our interpreter, Alexandra, another interpreter. And this is the sunny day of ILIZAROV Center. You can see here, there is no snow over the ground. And when the mid-April or near to the May, and the snow is out, and grass and trees are coming green. And this is our beautiful time with Chef Shop. He's entertained us. You can see here. Very nice time with him. This is the terrace of our OTV complex. You look so nice and so beautiful and so clean. And every floor has 7 OT and running, but there is no patient gathering, no crowded over there. You can see there is a Animal Research Center when we go there, and Okay. It is a animal OT complex. This is the research animal. And this is the animal OT complex, you can see here. And she is an animal researcher. And the patients with us, you can see. And beautiful time. I said previously that the color of the light, you can see, it's a not bluish color, not greenish color, but it's a very attractive color. Color of the light, you can see here. You can see here. And trees are becoming greenish day by day, and grass are coming out from the snow. And this is the picture already shown. And this is the forest near the Kurgan center, one forest. We enjoyed the time. And look, the color of this sunny day in the snow. Beautiful color. You can see the color, and look at the color of the light. This is the forest near the Kurgan Reserve Center. And their center. And they look at the sky of the forest and the sunny day. And it's a residential area, you can see. And our Dr. Kamru Jaman, fond of cap in front of the shop. And this is the look, color of the sunny day and the cloudy days. And Kurgan is almost famous for the armamentarium. There is a tank building. Their main center for the tank armament. And we also enjoyed the leisure time and holiday time to go out. And this is the local bus. And this is in front of a shop. And this is the street market. You can see just before coming the end of the Kurgan day. And most probably this is the last day in Kurgan. There is the evening, sun going down. This is the last days of Kurgan. Kurgan children are very nice, you can see here. And the friend of Dr. Kamru Jaman. And this is the market. We frequently visit there and go there every evening, just in front and right corner of the Reserve Center. And the last days, we are coming out and give homage to the great Professor ILIZAROV. You can see. And this is the house where we live. And this is the corner room where I lived.
The presidential suite.
Presidential suite. And this is the 1 month end with love and your certificate. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience. And please stop your screen share.
Okay.
Okay, and now I am going to more serious part. Dr. Ghulam Mustafa will show us the hospital facilities and academics in Kurgan. I think Mustafa, please. Yes, I can hear you. Please share your screen and please keep a good judgment to the time because we are already 2 hours just ending, and please have a good judgment to the time. Okay, you can start. And you know that the most interesting part of the presentation by our professor is just we are waiting for it, and I request the Kurgan fellow just go a little bit hurry.
Can you see my
Yes,
screen?
Sir. Yes, sir. I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I am talking about the hospital facilities and academics. ILIZAROV Center, which is up to 2005, it was named as Russian ILIZAROV Scientific Center for Restorative Traumatology and Orthopedic, or RISC-RTO. Kurgan is the capital of orthopedics. This is a city where the Russian ILIZAROV Scientific Center is situated. Annually, over 10,000 patients with orthopedic and neuro-orthopedic conditions can receive treatment at the center. Consultation and diagnostic center there allows for 250 daily appointments to be made, and the hospital accommodates 800 beds. The strong team of the Kurgan ILIZAROV Center is staffed with 1,500 highly qualified professionals, including 4 academicians, 10 professors, 34 doctors of medical sciences, and 93 candidates of medical sciences. Patients of any country and age group can apply for treatment at the RISC-RTO. The center incorporates an infection osteology hospital with a unique 40 years experience of managing most challenging cases of osteomyelitis. Joint replacement of major and small joints, revision arthroplasty, prosthesis of lost limbs, orthosis of different types can be performed at the center. The ILIZAROV Center offers extensive educational opportunities for medical students, residents, and postgraduate and practicing orthopedic surgeons with short and long-term training programs that exposes trainees to the latest advancement in orthopedic techniques. Unique discoveries and innovations of the research working at the Kurgan ILIZAROV Center put the institute at the forefront of the Russian traumatology and orthopedics. Now come to the history. The history of the center started in the year of 1951 with an idea of external fixation device to repair bone injury, and it developed to the Federal Institution of the Russian ILIZAROV Scientific Center that is known all over the world, and it bears the name of an outstanding orthopedic surgeon and innovator, Gabriel Abramovich ILIZAROV. In 1966, ILIZAROV was appointed head of problem laboratory. In 1969, the laboratory was reformed into the branch of the Leningrad Research Institute for Traumatology and Orthopedics, and in December 1971 into the Kurgan Research Institute of Experimental and Clinical Orthopedics and Traumatology. In 1987, the institute became all USSR, and in 1993, it's named as RISC-RTO. Since 2005, the official name of the center is the Federal State Institution Russian ILIZAROV Scientific Center for Restorative Traumatology and Orthopedics of the Ministry of Health and Social Development of the Russian Federation. Now, history of the ILIZAROV Center Museum. It was opened on 15th June 1993. Professor V.I. Shevtsov, director of the center at that time, opened it during the International Scientific and Practical Conference. The main museum space is the former ILIZAROV's study and office, where he worked from 1972 to 1983, displaying his furniture, souvenirs, books, his first apparatus, and manuscripts. There are a lot of portraits on the walls painted by artists and former patients on their own wish, as Elizarov never ordered any of his portraits. The other halls exhibit a lot of material on the center's history and activities. The museum was renovated in 2011 and uses computer technologies in demonstrating slideshows, films, and a great number of presentations. The museum has been already visited by more than 60,000 people. And this picture shows me at the museum where Elizarov, Professor Elizarov was at his office. And we are the fellows. At that session, we are 9 fellows, 7 from Bangladesh, 1 from Nigeria, 1 from India in the museum. Administration. Now the director of the institute is Alexander V. Bartsev. Former Bartsev. Sorry, sir. And former director was Professor Govin, and before him there was a Professor Sevsov as director. And they are the deputy directors. Deputy Director for Legal Affairs, Deputy Director for Administrative Issues, Deputy Director for Scientific Work. The clinical departments. There are many departments. Admission Unit 1, Traumatic and Orthopedic Department, 18 departments there are. Bone Infection Department, 3 departments. Rehabilitation Department, Anesthesiology and Intensive Care, Consultative Department, and X-ray Department. And I mentioned in the introduction that anyone can consult with Elizarov Center, and they consult 250 patients every day. And the procedure is to get the advice in the following ways: by phone in the international department, or came to the clinic for international consultation, or by emailing. You have to send your medical record, information, and images. Upon receipt, your application will be studied by a specialist, and the conclusion about the possibility to be treated at the center will be sent to your email address. You may also be asked to supply additional medical findings or images. And how to admit in the Kurgan Center. Guidelines for the patients. Step 1, you have to do application and post. Send the information to the Elizarov Center. If necessary, additional data will be required by a doctor. And receive a letter confirmation from the doctor regarding details of treatment. The tentative cost and the duration of the treatment are indicated in the agreement between the patient and the center. Step 2, visa trip arrangement. Prepare an official invitation for the patient and accompanying person provided by the Elizarov Center to apply for the Russian entry visa. Apply for visa for the patient and the accompanying person in the Russian Federation Consulate in India. Purchasing airline tickets by the patient. Now step 3, arrival and admission. Admission to the hospital is possible only after complete payment of the amount indicated in the agreement. At admission, the patient is examined by a GP or pediatrician. Patient who receive complex of medical services on correction of lower limb disproportions and deformities are supported to undergo preoperative tests and examination at the Elizarov Center. Now, international department. It was introduced in 14 July 1988. Now it is headed by Valentina. She is working as head of this department from 2009. And these are chief interpreters. Activities of their activities are collaboration with the international companies, associates, and social and behalf of ILIZAROV Center, organization of the ILIZAROV training courses for foreign specialists, translation and communication of the foreign patients with doctors, participation of ILIZAROV Center in the international conference, symposium, courses, translation during international conferences and congress, translation of the correspondence and documentations, cooperation with Federal Migration Service Office and issue letter of invitation, visa extension, registration, etc. Their service is in English, German, French, and Japanese language. And there are some research laboratories. There are 17 departments, and it is in the experimental lab in the Kurgan Center. Now, training programs. There are 3 types of training programs available for the professionals: ILIZAROV Mini Fellowship, ILIZAROV Master's Course, and short-term training. ILIZAROV Mini Fellowship, its duration is 26 days, and it costs $4,000. And ILIZAROV Master Course, its duration is 10 days, and it costs $2,900. And you can also participate in short-term training accordingly, $390 per day. So it is expensive, quite expensive. And a program of training includes lectures, discussions of the clinical cases, hands-on workshop, live surgeries. The training is conducted by highly qualified faculty members. And there shows the multimedia class session and practical classes. And they allow to scrub in operations. And if you wish to present your paper during your fellowship, you can present there. Every Friday, there is a clinical meeting. In that session, you will given the opportunity to present your paper. Provide the center for fellowship. You should provide the center with the following data for the letter of invitation: scanned passport copy, place of birth, permanent home address and phone number, place of work, study address and position with the institution, dates of arrival and departure, and city where a visa will be obtained. And in 2020, there are scheduled for mini fellowship, 5 fellowship program and 3 master's course. And there are some pictures with our respected teachers during fellowship period. And now the last honorary professorship. The title honorary professor of the Center G. ILIZAROV is exclusive and is established as a symbol of recognition of merit and expression of gratitude to persons who contributed to the dynamic development, international recognition, growth of the prestige and well-being of the center, who made a significant contribution to the popularization of the method of transosseous osteosynthesis according to ILIZAROV. The title of honorary professor is awarded by the academic council by secret ballot on the application receipt. The award ceremony of the nominees is held as part of the annual scientific practical conference, ILIZAROV Readings. Among the insignia of the honorary professor, a mantle with the logo of the center, a confederate, a stylized badge, and a pass to the territory of the RTC W2. And here the list of honorary professors. And I am feeling very proud that our professor, my mentor, Professor Mufakkarul Bari sir, was honored by honorary professor in 2013. He was the first honored professor in this subcontinent. So far till 2019, 29th honored professor there. Among them, 16 from Russia, 6 from USA, and 1 from Bangladesh, India, China, South Korea, Egypt, and Italy. And in his lecture, Dr. Arif says his dream, because the man who dreamed us to go to the institute is my mentor, Professor Mufakkarul Bari sir. And it's one day became true in 2019 when we went there for a fellowship. Now our dream is to be in the honored professor board in the future, that we can be honored like our professor, our mentor. So take home message: highly professional surgeons and researchers, modern equipment, unique techniques used for diagnosis and treatment of patients, comfortable conditions, and caring attitude of the medical staff greatly contributed to the successful work of the ILIZAROV Center. We can take the opportunity to get treatment from the ILIZAROV Center, and we highly recommended the world-class training program of the ILIZAROV Center for your further development as a ILIZAROV surgeon. So thank you. Thank you.
Ghulam Mustafa, thank you for your brilliant presentation. Can you please stop the screen share? And
Okay.
Ghulam Mustafa just elaborate everything about the clinical department, opportunities, and other things. Even the patient, if anyone want to be a patient in the ILIZAROV Center, how can he proceed? And the main thing is that for Bangladeshi surgeons who are government officials, usually we can get into the Russia by the visa one entry. Usually Bangladesh government have a memorandum with Russia. Bangladesh government official get 30 days entry in the Russia without prior visa, and you can get it on entry. And if you want to stay for 30 days, it is enough. For if you want to stay more than 30 days, you have to take the visa prior to your arrival to the Russia. So this thing you should keep in mind. And another important thing is that if you need any assistance, any information regarding anything of the Kurgan, with the 7 Kurgan fellow, and also consulting with my professor Bari sir, we are always open for all to help you all. And now I'm going to the another part of presentation, another memories, another nostalgic. I am going to the GM Munir. GM Munir, are you here? Yes, sir. GM Munir, sir, please unmute yourself. Yes, you can. His part is the Kurgan downtown and Kurgan shopping mall. I think many of the part is covered by the Nazmul Setu. I think you just focus on the most important thing.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Already we have passed 2 hours, so I will not take any more time. My topics is shopping in Kurgan. We in Kurgan, there are lots of shopping mall, but the biggest there are 4. One of them Zipper City, Pushkinsky, Rio, and this is our Kurgan Center. This is the Kurgan Center, and here is the Zipper City. I am Dr. Ghazi Hassan Munir, presenting shopping in the Kurgan. And you see I am showing you the Google map. When you will be in Kurgan, this is a important thing that you should install Google and Google Translate. You will be get better benefit during moving in Kurgan. In Kurgan, the nearest market in front of our center, this market, and this lady is selling her goods near the market, and she is selling the fishes, which is told by Dr. Hamidul. When we arrived in Kurgan, then in the morning, we just get some rest and went to the front of the center. And first we think of food that is told by Hamidul, Dr. Hamidul. And we went to the market, near market, and this is the near market. We went there, but we have no money. We have only dollars. And there is a great problem in Russia that you don't have any money exchanger in Kurgan. You when you have to change the money, you must go to the bank, and the bank is closed on the Saturday and Sunday. So you have to go to the bank to change the money. And when we arrived in Kurgan, we have only the dollars, and our Dr. Hamidul took some rubles, by which we bought some water that is called boda in Russia, and we just spent our 2 days. On second day, we this is also the nearest market, and our Dr. Kamrujaman is putting cap. This is Dr. Abdullah and Dr. Hamidul. Within the center of the center, there is some markets which we don't recognized. We recognized it in the latter time. On 2nd April, we have a journey for changing the dollar, because we are empty pocket. We have only the dollars, but no rubles. It is the practical word that when you will go to the Kurgan or Russia, please take credit card, or if you take dollars, please check the dollars. In Russia, no dollars with any cross mark, any pen mark, or any scratch mark or seal. It will be rejected, and the value of dollar is low. So check it properly. Maybe you can use a magnifier glass to check the dollar. With Allah, we are looking for the banks, and everywhere we are rejected, because what we kept with us, every dollars have seal, which is we couldn't recognize. There is small seals, scratch marks, everything, and we are moving here and there from this bank to this bank, but no one changing our dollars. This is Metropolis. This is our nearest market from our center. Every day we used to come in the evening, afternoon, to visit this Metropolis. To buy or not, we have to come here. We have to spend some time within the market, roaming here and there, seeing everything, but nothing to buy, just come out, because we have no rubles. On 10th April, Professor Shipshop invited us to a dinner, and it was our enjoyable day, because you see lots of foods here. There are lots of food. We enjoyed it very much. This is on 11th April. We were in the houses, dormitories, and in the center and the Metropolis. But on 11th, suddenly my watch stopped, and I think how to repair it. I searched on the Google and I saw T-shot. It is far away from our center. I don't know Russian language. How do I go there? Then I went to the bus stop. No one attended with me because everyone was telling, we don't know Russian language. How you will go there? I advancedly go there. I smiled with a lady, and she tell me, okay, please come in Russian language, but I don't know. I just attended with her in 366 bus, and after a long away, she pulled me out from the bus and just running on the opposite side. I was astonished what she is doing, but after a very long time, she came to this. Look, there is written Hyper City, HYPER, Hyper City, but it is not hyper, it is zipper city. I entered this, the lady went to T-shot and entertained with me, this chap, and I solved my problem in this city. Then I came back to my dormitory. Everyone was anxious with me that where I was. I told everyone on the 12th, everyone told, then we will go to Jipar city, because in these 12 days, we don't go outside from our dormitory except Metropolis and roaming outside the center. So we are going by bus. He's Mr. Mustafa from Nigeria also with us. We are going for Jipar city on 12th April. This is Jipar city. Within the Jipar city, this is the Jipar city. The goods are there. Dr. Arif and Dr. Mustafa is always founding the drills, implants, and they also found drills in the Jipar city and multiple drills there. Someone was buying jackets from the Austin, and someone from Jenden shoes from the Jenden. There are so many beers, but we don't drink the beers. There are electronics, everything, all are goods. We are sitting and enjoying here. There are foods in the Jipar city. This is a large market. At the end of the time, we are so much hungry, and our Dr. Arif took the leadership to go to the this is I think a Burger King, but this is sushi, and in this Chinese Burger King. He went there and make order for 7 burger and 7 drinks. And when he came with 7 burger and 14 7 liter and 7 half liter. That is 10 and half liters Pepsi, because every burger was with 1 liter of Pepsi. But Dr. Arif didn't understand the language, so he buy burger and drinks extra. So after eating the burger and the drinks, we carried all the drinks to our dormitory. On 17th April, we went to the second shopping mall, Rio. This is Rio. This is next to Jipar city. It is not so much that kind of Jipar city, but it is not a small one. Inside the Jipar city, the gate, and there is the shopping mall, large shopping mall. There are so many things within the Rio. There is the bowling space and rest space. Everyone was buying something here and there, so I am waiting here and taking picture with this lady and others. This is Asia. We are bored with the same food. Then we asked our Barisar, sir, where will take the food? Sir told us Asia and Azizia, but we couldn't listen Azizia. But where is Asia? We don't know. We found we searched Asia in the Google, but it is not properly. But how to go there? We don't know. We one day we go to the Asia, Asia near Asia. We come down from the bus and walking and walking. Google is showing it is far away from the bus stop. We are walking. Then we found a one store building. There is garage and something, but by outside there is written Asia. We went there, and inside there is a Kazakhstan people who don't understand our language. We are using all types of voices to make him understand. You will give this, and they he first give this soap. We take it this uh, bread, then this meat, etc. But the cost is very low, and we didn't get this meat at that time because we are not taking it easily. We carry it with us to the dormitory. Then from the Asia near side, we go to the Doma. This is also a store, shopping mall, and there by the side there is Metropolis also. This Metropolis is larger than the previous one. Dr. Abdullah was thinking to buy a bathtub to carry in Bangladesh, but the weight, in Kurgan airplane, the airplane does not do not give you permission to carry more than 20 kg, and this bathtub is weight more near about 20. So Abdullah stopped to buy this bathtub. Here is a meeting how to buy. The third largest shopping mall is Pushkinsky. In this day, I proposed everyone to we will go to Pushkinsky, but this was a cold day, and Dr. Arif, Dr. Shetu, Dr. Mustafa, Dr. Hamid, they are not interested to go there. And then I was running for the Pushkinsky. My attendant one, Dr. Kamrujaman and Dr. Abdullah, they told me, okay, we will go. They attended me and we went to Pushkinsky. This is the Pushkinsky. Dr. Kamrujaman bought something. Near the Pushkinsky, we went to the Central Park, and this is Adam and Eve with the apple. And this is the drama theater. This is the drama theater, and in front of the Adam and Eve's momentum, there is a breeze of love. Each of the Russian girls and young boys go there who loves each other. They put a lock there, and they believe that if they lock together, the whole life they will be together. So if you go in Kurgan, you can arrange anyone and you can give a lock here. Okay. This is the momentum of Lenin, and this is the material of Second World War, and showing 1941, 1945. Here we with the Russian people in front of Lenin. And this is the very picture. Who didn't see this? This is our Dr. Shetu is assisting Dr. Hamid. He's a nice assistant in the kitchen. And this is Mustafa from Nigeria. And this picture you have seen in previous. We are in the snow, and Dr. Arif, Dr. Hamidul, and me we are playing with the snow. Through my window, through my window, I always see like this. the blue sky. This building is like this. No leaves in the, but in the snowy day, there is snow everywhere. It is white in the white and everyone is white. In Russia, we went to this market. I don't know what is the name of this market to shop. From here, we bought chocolates and everything, because from Kurgan, you don't carry more than 20 kg. If it is more than 20 kg, you have to pay 400 rubles, sorry, 400 rubles. So it is not possible. So you will not carry more than 20 kg in Kurgan, UTR. And if you want to buy, you will buy from Russia. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Хорошо.
Munir.
Хорошо.
Хорошо.
Spasiba.
Спасибо.
Спасибо.
Okay, thank you for your nice demonstration. Always the slide preparation by GM Munir is an excellent one. And now I'm going to Abdullah, because Abdullah's job is Mustafa already done easier for Abdullah for his job, because many of the part of the internal department already Mustafa just told. I'm just asking Abdullah, please go a little bit fast, so that we can end in timely. And also we have a presentation from Bari sir. So go Hari. Abdullah, please share your screen. Abdullah, please share your screen and unmute your microphone. Abdullah, yes.
Okay.
Share your screen, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear and also see your screen. Please go to the screen slide presentation.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, Dr. Arif. Already everything is already mentioned. My topics is ILIZAROV Center International Department and people of Kurgan. Previously, all of us has already mentioned. I am show only pictorial some presentation. Kurgan Diary, it's my pride, my nostalgia. This is the center of ILIZAROV Center. Snow everywhere. This is the footstep to center of us. This is the first step at Kurgan with Luba and all of us. At first, they supplied a batch which our name is mentioned. This is the board nicely mentioning all things of the center. This is the front view of ILIZAROV Center and all fellow. This is the journey by bus to the shop town. This is the winter garden in where every morning we meet at just 9 a.m. with the Ella. Every times he attached with us, she attached with us. This is the picture where our elder brother Setu and me with the Valentina, who is the head of the international department. Here also the head of the international department, Valentina, and one of the official of the center. This is the manufacturing center. This person is Roman, which is the in charge of this manufacturing tool center, and this is Valentina. This is our picture with some person I have already not remembered this name. This is Natalia Messina, one of the person of international department. This is the an invitation by our Professor Sebstops, which is already mentioned earlier. This is some pictorial presentation. Dr. Munir, Dr. Kamruzzaman with the two nice lady patient. Dr. Arif and me. At Winter Garden, Dr. Setu and Dr. Munir. Here, the interpreter of English, International Department, Alexandra, and Professor Soldatov. Here also, Ala and Professor Sigarev and Professor Soldatov. At Winter Garden, Alexandra and Professor Soldatov. Here, Dr. Munir and me with the nice interpreter, Alexandra. At the town, the person from Kazakhstan and this person at the Tajik, they are all familiar and friendly to us. At the downtown, the people of this great city, Kurgan, and his daughter, and the romantic boy with me. At the center, at the bottom here, we dressed and jacket here. And this lady at the bank in front of the Kurgan Center, he's nicely smiling with us and Dr. Kamruzzaman and me. With Professor Karasev, and at Moscow, the foreign lady. At a glance of the international department here, all person of the international department here, Natalia, Valentina, Alexandra, and Luba, and Natalia Messina, and Ella. And we are 7 Kurgan fellow. This is our dormitory. 26 days spent here. We are 7 Kurgan floor in front of the center. We want to fly. The certificate giving ceremony. At the last moment at the center with the Valentina Kamaiseva, who is the international department head, and all of us. The grave city, the graveyard of the great man, great person, Professor ILIZAROV. So life is very short, but we miss Kurgan up to date. We want to go Kurgan every times. So thank you to all.
Thank you, Abdullah. Please stop your screen share. Abdullah's topic was internal department and the people all around the Kurgan. I think he nicely just picturized every relationship between how the local people is very nice in Kurgan. And now from Kurgan Diary, last presentation from Dr. Jaman, Kamruzzaman. Yes, his presentation is a roaming part, a tour part in Moscow, and his topics is tour to the Moscow. And after this part, we will go through directly to our professor Barisar, because we want to hear, everybody want to hear from him, and it will be a very enjoyable session also. I think please stay connected and enjoy all the beauties and all the charm of Kurgan in this session. And
Dr. Arif,
yes, sir. Amrujaman, please start.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. We can start now, sir.
You can see my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir. And
okay,
please make a good judgment to the time, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it is 30 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes gone. So everybody has adjusted. So I will go hurry. Actually, it is a different part from Kurgan, because there is a Moscow tour is another thing. We plan a tour in the whole of 26 days. That only the only one day in our schedule, because of busy tight schedule of the flight. So we actually we utilize this time one day. So we planned to tour in the Moscow with the help of a person, Risalat, who is a Bangladeshi boy, wonder boy, and studying in Moscow. This is very exciting tour because of shortest time, but everything touches the everything. So before that, I remember the long friendship between the Moscow and Dhaka. It is long ago from. And our journey is to Dhaka, Istanbul, Moscow, Kurgan, and that reversely. And you see the day-night tour in Moscow, and this is very tight schedule. And firstly, we from Kurgan to Vinokovo airport by UTR. Then we go to the most central Moscow. It is 35 kilometers away from the airport by Aero Express train. And we in the bus terminal, Arbatskaya Street, with our guide. He is very much familiar to us and had always running commentary about the different historical place of the of Moscow. This is the fountain near Bolshoi Theater. This is in Theater Square. This is the Bolshoi Theater. Another picture. And this is the historical museum in State Historical Museum in the National Square. And this is the Four Seasons Hotel in Red Square. This is the St. Basil's Cathedral. And you know, the Kremlin is a fortified complex in the center of Moscow. It includes 5 palaces, 4 cathedrals, and the enclosing Kremlin wall with Kremlin Tower. In it looking the Moscow River in its south, and St. Basil's Cathedral and Red Square in the east, and Alexander Garden in the west. And this is the Lenin statue and House of Soviets. This is the Marshal Jakobov's monument in Kremlin. And this is the entrance of the Alexandrovsky Garden in Kremlin. And this is the monument of unknown soldier and eternal fire. This is, you see the fire. And this is the another view of this garden. This is the another view of this garden in Kremlin. And this is the inside the Kremlin. This is also inside the Kremlin Museum. We are sitting here and take a picture. And no, this is the jar bell, and one of the ancient wonder, 7 wonder of the world. It is actually it is 3rd generation and 202 ton. During the placement, it is an accident, so it is broken, and those broken part is remains here. This is the Ivan the Great Bell Tower in Kremlin Museum. This is the Park Jaredis Barbara Street in street, and this is the floating bridge. We're staying here. This is the Hotel Metropole And this is the Karl Marx monument. And this is the another picture of Karl Marx monument. You see, with our Wonder Boy Risalat and also our guide. Where? This is the river bridge in Kiev in Ischia. We actually stay in one night in Moscow in an apartment, and this is the welcome message from the apartment owner. And this is the night view of the from our apartment balcony in New Arbart Street. This is called New Arbart Street. And finally, I thank you all for patient sharing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Arif.
Thank you, sir. Please stop your screen share. And today is our concluding session of the basic ILIZAROV session. And Kurgan Fellow Group is planning to organize more efficiently and more systematically. So we are just will be back with more exciting programs and more advanced feature of ILIZAROV. And today, the most desirable part of this presentation is the sharing the experience with the Barisar, and also Barisar will share his experience in Kurgan, and there is a motivational speech how you can get peace as an orthopedic surgeon. And now it is time for Barisar. Barisar, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Wow, this is already the Maghrib prayer.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, we cannot.
No, not sorry. Maghrib prayer. After
Yes,
9 minutes, there will be Maghrib prayer. And my program, you told me it will take near about 40-45 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether people will be here or they will leave. I don't know.
Sir, what is your suggestion then?
You tell me. Ask Ayub Ali from Cox's Bazar.
Sir,
I can continue, but already a lot of people has,
yes, sir.
And so what to do? Now we are running near about 2 hours 40 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I
Yes,
can
sir.
continue, no problem. But
Sir,
there will be interruption.
my advice is that, sir, please continue. We can just adjust our own schedule with this. Sir.
So
Please start,
everybody is listening to me. So assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Because sir, the many international participant is always with us because their time schedule is different from us. So
okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Dobrodin.
Dobrodin. It's a Togavarit.
Sir, please share your screen and continue, sir.
Okay, listen.
Yes, sir.
Now
sir,
I am sharing
we cannot see you, sir.
Oh.
Sir, we cannot see you, sir.
You'll see me.
Yes.
You'll see me within a short time. You'll see me. Stop sharing. 1 minute. Oh, you talk. 1 minute. Live proper presentation, screen share. Why the here is coming? Stop 1 minute.
Sir, click on video icon, sir.
I'm clicking, but 1 minute. Share.
Yes, sir. Screen sharing is okay.
No, before that, this is live of orthopedic surgeon is coming. I will talk in later on.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. I don't see. Kurgan live.
Kurgan diary, sir.
Diary. Kurgan life.
Yes,
Kurgan diary. No. Wait. You're looking at this.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
There is a
sir.
video is running, sir.
You're seeing this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Video, sir.
Only video, but you don't see me.
No, sir.
দাঁড়াও দেখি আমি একটু দেখি ও কোথায় রাখছি। Can you listen me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
তোমরা কি ছবি দেখতেছো?
স্যার আপনার স্লাইডের ফার্স্ট পেজ দেখতেছি, কুরগান ডায়েরি স্লাইডের ফার্স্ট পেজ।
তুমি কি দেখছো কিছু?
স্যার আমরা ওই একটা পেজে স্টাক হয়ে আছে, আমার মনে হয় এটা স্যার
দাঁড়া এখানে হবে, একটু ধরো। দাঁড়াও একটা মিনিট, আমার একটু ওইখানে তোমাদের ইয়ে থেকে আমি মাঝখানে একটু ইয়ে করতে আসো। দাঁড়াও এখানে হবে। আরিফ,
জি স্যার।
30 সেকেন্ড।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আমরা আসি স্যার। স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে স্যার।
হ্যাঁ দেখা যাচ্ছে।
জি স্যার, আপনাকে দেখা যাচ্ছে স্যার। স্লাইড শোতে গেছে স্যার।
হয়েছে?
হ্যাঁ হয়েছে স্যার। ওকে স্যার।
অন্ধকার দিকে দাঁড়াও।
স্যারের বিদ্যুৎ চলে গেছে। So the most exciting part of this session is Professor Barisar Kurgan diary and also the motivational speech. So far we traveled 2 hours and 46 minutes. So I especially express my gratitude to all.
তুমি কি দেখছো কিছু?
Yes sir, আপনাকে দেখতে পাচ্ছি, স্লাইডও আসছে স্যার।
দেখো তো কি হলো, কথা হইছে সেটা।
আমরা দেখছি স্যার আপনার স্লাইড, আপনাকে দেখতে পাচ্ছি স্যার।
ওয়েট।
ইয়েস স্যার।
One minute. No problem. I'll start from the very beginning. Biometrics না তো পরে ওইটা লাইক কোথায় গেল? 30 সেকেন্ড। ওয়েট আর দেখুনলে ওয়েট, ইউ উইল সি নাও।
Okay sir, then I'm just keep talking. And today you know that today is our closing session, and we have traveled lots of time and spent more than 50 hours in our session. And today our presentation, usually the informal type of presentation, there are some issues related to the Bangladesh implant quality and some Kurgan diaries. Our fellow nicely presented their share, and we become nostalgic because all the picture we have taken, and today we go through many of the picture that seems to very new to us. And now the Kurgan memory sharing of my professor Barisar, and his motivational speech regarding the life of orthopedic surgeon. And Bari sir is trying to just adjust his presentation, and I will come back shortly with the Bari sir presentation after he is just giving clearance.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can, you can start, sir.
So, dear
yes,
friends, I will touch some of the my life in Kurgan, and from 2006 to 2013, Russian ILIZAROV Scientific Center of Orthopedics and Traumatology, they made a program for me and they have gifted it to me. Okay, and I have nothing to say about that. They made it, and you'll see that one. This is my 2003 life in the Kurgan. Thus, I was staying in a hostel that just behind the ILIZAROV Center. And this is my professor, mentor ILIZAROV, Professor Vladimir Ivanovich Shevtsov. And when I was working in the ankle and foot department, this is Professor Shestakov and Andrei Niretin. This is in the department of ankle and foot. And their ankle and foot department is very much rich. You see, you have not seen this gentleman, Nikolai Mikhailovich Marjuk, fantastic teacher. He died 2 years back due to pneumonia. They were the friends, Marjuk and Shigirov. And departmental head, still you can see the left side, Professor Soldatov. These are the classes that were taking with me in 2003 when I was doing postdoctoral fellowship. And here in that board, they're just like a, you know, using with the chalks, white chalks. And this is the deformity that I was in 2003. Think about that, how many years back. This is Marjuk. I must pay respect to this gentleman, fantastic teacher. And this drawing also, you can see here by him drawing. And the class was taken by the humorous. These are humorous. How to draw, see that drawing is so nice. Here you can see the deformity, how you can correct. And this is the long axis the Professor Marjuk was showing us. Then this Shigirov, you can remember, see Shigirov and Blatson. This gentleman, he was non-speaking Russian. I speak Russian. That's why it was very easy for me to understand everything at that time. And Blatson from Sweden, he was with me. And this is a beautiful picture. You have seen there. And this is Shigirov and myself. And this is, you know, beautiful lady. I don't know whether you have seen during Professor Shevtsov's time. This is the PA of Professor Shevtsov after the Gubin. Now she has become a little bit fatty, Shigirov. This was written in Russian language when Professor Gabriel Abramovich ILIZAROV was there in the director's room. After that, director was Shevtsov. This is the history, you must know. That's why I'm showing you this. See, in 2006, Shevtsov, these are the sequential, what I was doing in 2006, 2003 with the patients in the ILIZAROV Center. If you look at the ankle, see here, the fracture case, how they reduce this one very beautifully. We are also doing this kinds of fracture in case of ankle. See, I was talking about the how to put the wires in the femur. You can see placement and position of the femur, you can see. These are the things. This is Shigirov again, my respect to him. This is, I told you, now he's running 92 years. Professor Makushin, I learned a lot of things. See how I was taught by him, how to see what is happening in the ankle, in the hip, in the knee, and see the position of the frame, whole frame. This is Makushin. This is the animal center. Ruta, name of the dog. See, fixation after animal experimental. And this is good callus formation. And this is also CBD case. Whether you see the eye, putting the ILIZAROV frame in the head, cerebrovascular disease, vascularity of the vessels. You can see how much difference this one, and patient is doing the exercises with CVD, cerebrovascular disease. This is in the osteomyelitic center. I was taking, see, right side, the sister is controlling me, OTA staff. She's looking how I am taking the wash, hand wash, scrap, and this I myself doing the surgery there. And this is my favorite Professor Klukshin and I myself in the, this is figure of, Professor, you know, this is your teacher also, Karasev. And see, look at this, polytrauma patients, beautiful lady, see humerus, see pelvis, see in the femur. This is that. See the design of the cot, same this man. And this is the pelvis. I'm showing you so that you can have a little understand regarding the apparatus of ILIZAROV in different parts of the body. I don't know whether you have seen this hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Patient with ILIZAROV apparatus, they are just putting the patient into there, and you can at the same time talk, and you can realize what his patient is getting, the comfort or discomfort. This was the departmental head of the hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber. And have you seen, I don't know, these are the dressing rooms, how they decorately do all these things. This is for the gloves, this is for the nurses, and everything is sequentially. Where is the, for the doctors, for the nurses, where is the mask, where you will put, everything is written sequentially. And so that you can utilize, you can keep your all things by depending upon the knowing of the names of the different items. Again, this is, I must remember this one, Nikolai Mikhailovich Marjuk, very good teacher, and Blackstone in the, you have seen probably in the, that is in the laboratory of the bone laboratory, different designs, deformities, everything you have seen there. This is probably you have seen the automatic distractor, see, automatic distractor. And this is in the rehabilitation center. At that time, it was a very big 70-bed rehabilitation center. This, I was also working with the patients. My one thing was that I speak the Russian, that's so it was very easy to talk with the patients and take help for the patients and what happened, what was the diagnosis, these are the things. And this is Varonsov, he was the director of the factory. He died, his son, Alexei, working there. He was my very good friend, he died. His son, deputy director, you have seen one of the photos, Abdullah showed that one. And these are the different designs I've taken from the room of the Professor Shevtsov with bottles, how we can, director's room, you can see, these are the things, or these are the things in the mini ILIZAROV fixator, you can see, this is the spine, and this is also a mini ILIZAROV and other parts. The design you can put, you can take a bottle and you can put, make this one. So these are the beauty of ILIZAROV. Here, you know, think about the biomechanics also, you can think, for making this biomechanics, for making this, these are the varieties of ILIZAROV fixator. In the operation theater, during my fellowship program, this is, I showed you that I was working, probably I've showed you this picture, I don't know, with Professor Shestakov. I was working in the ankle and foot department. And whenever you are sincere, you work hardly, they'll allow you to do the surgery. You know, I was always fighting with Professor Shestakov doing surgery. Well, and he loved me too much. This one, he was the friend of Professor Shestakov. Okay. So, conversation is going on between Shestakov and myself. I have shown you this. I love to show this one. These are the memories in my life. How I spent different times with Professor Shevtsov in Kurgan. See, this is the memory with Professor Shevtsov. And so let us go proceed. Stuff. Now I'd like to show you this video was made by the RIC, RTO, my Soviet life and Kurgan life. You just now see this one, now I'll take rest a little bit. This is a very beautiful song.
Sir, usually we miss the sound. You need to narrate.
When I was a student, my MS supervisor, Professor Sklerenko, well known in the whole Soviet Union. This is my PhD supervisor. This is Mironov, Tito's, Moscow, and Oganesian in Moscow when I worked there. Soldatov, Morjikov, Shigirov, Professor Shepsov, 2003 to 2004.
So this is your honorary professorship speech in Kurgan, I think, 2013.
And after that, Professor Gubi will talk in English. You will be able to understand.
Sir, there is no sound coming out from this video.
Sound shona jaচ্ছে?
No, sir, there is no sound.
No sound?
Yes, sir.
He is telling, without ILIZAROV, Bangladesh was in trouble. Lot of patients we have in our country, Professor Gobin is telling, and we are the population 160 million, he's talking. Densely populated country in the world. Now they are giving me the honored professorship of the Kurgan. Now, in this ceremony, I will talk little bit in Russian, and you will be able to understand. Gobin will talk on English. He'll talk on English. Now you can hear, no?
No, sir, sound is not coming, sir.
During my stay in Kurgan, in Nitor, I am telling that 11 patients did masters of surgery on ILIZAROV technique in Nitor. Time goes up. If you do it ILIZAROV, everybody will believe you later on. However, they see that you are doing something. This is the in English version. Now, I have lot of students in my country, and they are working well. And in Bangladesh, we have a lot of patients. Can you hear this one? No?
No, sir. There's
No,
no
sir.
sound.
So I
You
am
have to-
talking regarding this. They have given this in 2013, 14 June. And I am, we have a good contact, which will be Kurgan in Bangladesh. So these
So
are the
there,
things. Then I'll
maybe
go
the-
later on say.
Another person standing behind you, he is also maybe honored with honorary professorship.
There's a Shved, Professor Shved, your teacher, he took the take.
Oh, sir.
Professor
Yes, sir.
Shved. Professor Shved. And this is Gubin and other all the professors, you know, in front of the ILIZAROV. This is the orchestra. This is the same I was talking there. And this is in 2014. See, 2014, I myself, 6 years back, with Shepsov, with Gubin during the ILIZAROV reading. Shved, I myself, you can see. Now we can identify the Professor Shved. And I myself here, 2015, see. And this is Diachkova, well-known lady, Professor Diachkova. And in the left side, you can see from Germany, Professor Baumgart, who has done the feet bone lengthening. This one, Professor Baumgart and Klushin. I myself, this is, I was presenting paper in the compression hall, a small hall. They have a 2 hall, destruction hall and compression hall. You can see with ILIZAROV apparatus, you can go the Eiffel Tower. You can make this one. These are the Natalia Shikelova, Olympic Brumel. You have seen that one. The you have seen that one. Professor Abdurov from Algeria. These are the pictures of the gala dinner. Professor Uraev from Minsk. And this is 19 with Valentina Abdullah's beautiful, well-known favorite. This is all the time they managed for me to stay in the Avenue Park Hotel. This is in the city situated. And this is, you see, when I came, then your teacher, this Karasev and Soldatov, these are all from Turkish delegates, Novikov, Professor Vladimir Ivanovich Shevtsov, this is UTR in Kurgan Airport. So these are the things that I am sharing you in last year. And Professor Shevtsov invited me. Marani Hotel is a very good hotel. I myself with my friend is Nagrish from Jordan. He invited 2 of us and Novikov, I myself in the conference. So these are the beautiful things. You cannot accumulate everything. You know, this is this lady from Natalia from Animal Experimental Department. And day of opening of the ILIZAROV reading, they have a very good orchestra, always there. This is beautiful. This is, you know, here is the professor, right side director last year, Gubin, and Professor Shevtsov. And I am happy that my flag is always here. Our flag is always here. And these are the also with Shigirov. Whenever I go every year, I used to visit the every wards. Whenever I make time, I see and ILIZAROV with how to put, you can see good put here. Whenever I go, whenever I make time, I enter into the wards. And this is everywhere. Every time I go, I sit here to get something from the Gabriel Abramovich ILIZAROV. You must know this gentleman, Linnik, well-known osteomyelitic from St. Petersburg. We had a meeting last year with Klushin, Linnik, and he had more than 300 publications, lots of books. Very good, Linnik, a very good well-known infection osteologist. Very good. And this is, you know, you have seen, this is the things. These are the gala dinner last year. And last year when I presented in ILIZAROV sitting, and this man, pediatric orthopedic surgeon, Yorojelski, this is well known from Poland. Very good of my friend. And this is, you know, Professor Tropin. And these are the pictures. Already you have seen this one already with the animals. She's the head of the experimental department, plastic surgery, handle plastic surgery. The Natalia Shikelova, professor. She came to Dhaka also. You have seen that. She's also plastic surgeon. And these are the some few things Kurgan airport, you have seen. So thank you very much, my dear friend.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your Kurgan diary.
Kurgan diary. A little bit I've shown you the Kurgan diary. Okay. Now I'll show you the last one, probably this one.
Yes, sir.
How to live a life as an orthopedic surgeon. Life of an orthopedic surgeon in Bangladesh towards subspecialty. And subject is very interesting, which deals with the physiology and biomechanics of the human body. Can you see this one?
Sir, please share your screen.
I have already shared. Okay. No?
So we can see the screen share.
1 minute. Life of an orthopedic surgeon, biomechanics. You can see life of an orthopedic surgeon, yes. Yeah. I've shared this one already.
Yes,
No?
sir. Yes,
Yes?
sir. Yes, sir.
Subject is very interesting, which deals with the physiology and biomechanics of the human body. My biology and patient's pathology is equal to physiological correction of the patient. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Wait. Not moving. Why?
Stop the screen share and open the file from his folder. From its folder.
Yes, I'm going to that screen share. So disturbing. Some transfer point. Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Why slide is not moving?
You can see.
Why this is not moving?
Sir, please share the first window in the screen share. If you share the PowerPoint only, sometimes it makes problem. Go to screen share and share the first
screen. I'm going to the share screen. Yes. Life of an orthopedic surgeon. Yes.
No, sir. Don't go in this folder. Just go to the another folder where you can see your face. That's that window. Click over that window and then share.
Now you can see.
We can see your first part, but just a test mode.
It's a minute. Something. 1 minute. It's very interesting. Takes lots of time. Oh, yeah. 1 minute. Facing problem. Share. আচ্ছা তাড়াতাড়ি হ্যাঁ সমস্যা করতেছে এটা লাইফ হ্যাঁ আরিফ
জি স্যার
ধরো স্ক্রিন শেয়ার আমি দিলাম তো তোর যাচ্ছে না কেন
স্ক্রিন শেয়ার স্যার দিলে স্যার ওই যে প্রথম যে উইন্ডোটা আছে ওই উইন্ডোর সবচেয়ে মানে আপার কর্নারে যেটা আছে ওইটাকে ক্লিক করে তারপর শেয়ার দিতে হবে তাহলে স্যার আপনি যে কোনো স্লাইডে
দাঁড়াও একটু দাঁড়াও আমি দিচ্ছি ডিস্টার্ব করতেছে আজকে কেন এটা কেন স্ক্রিনে আসে
নাজমুল সাথে ক্যান ইউ হেয়ার মি
now you can see no full screen 1 minute
yes sir you can go from here
okay now
sir just make a click
okay
yes,
okay now if you think about the 1950 to 2020 what are the achievements? AO technique, ILIZAROV principles and philosophy, arthroscopy, joint replacement surgery, tissue engineering, gene therapy, and stem cell therapy. Okay? Now see, earning of an orthopedic surgeon Is he happy? He is always under great tension. Why? Tension in the hospital, either government or private, tension at home, and tension in the society. Knowledge of orthopedic surgery is literally exploding. Updating branches of orthopedic surgery is almost impossible. Nowadays, general orthopedic surgeons are doing nailing and plating, THR, TKR, tendon transfer, interlocking, and ILIZAROV. Most of the surgeons in my country, they try to do all these things. Now, what happens then? You'll get, the quality will suffer, and you'll get a lot of complications, and lack of concentration you can provide, and at the same time, you'll get mental torture and tension will increase. Now, what is the solution? Solution is very simple, straight and simple. Solution is very straight and simple. Be an authority to one subject so that there is no tension at all. Earning of a super specialist, initially you will face problems, but ultimately you will be a gainer. And I always advocate, go for the group practice, do group practice, although it is sometimes very difficult in our country. Now, advantages of the group practice, if you do that, you can take 2 days off, you can enjoy annual holidays, you can attend conferences, visit other countries, and you can acquire knowledge. You can help each other, and you can share the tension. These are the advantages of group practice. Change is a constant feature in this world. No progress without change. If there is no change, organization, institution, and country stagnates and goes down. So you must need change. Do not enter the big rat race of competition that shall spoil the happiness of your life. Mind it. Orthopedic is not everything in life. 70 years back, a general surgeon used to treat all orthopedic cases. Today, general orthopedic surgeons are treating all subjects. At present, the trend has been changed. Be the master of one. I always tell you this one. If you are a master of one, what you will get? You will be a good expert. You can provide quality service. You will get happiness. You will get less complications and less mental stress all the time. And love in action. What does it mean? The only key word which will solve all the problems in the family is love. Which kind of love? True unselfish love. Sacrifice of finance sharing and everything with member of the same family. And most of the orthopedic surgeons, they hide everything. They don't tell to the family member. And sacrifice of time. Now we are giving too much sacrifice of time in our family because whole day and night we are in our room. So this is also good. Smile and laugh at your spouse. Whenever you see your wife, you must smile and welcome your wife all the time. And important for the orthopedic surgeons. We, the orthopedic surgeons, so busy that we cannot do all these things. Proper nutrition we must need. We must do the scientific exercises every day, minimum 30 to 40 minutes out of 24 hours, and purity of mind. Update your knowledge and skill by reading books. We are not reading books. Most of the orthopedic surgeons, we are not attending the conferences, and we are not doing any kinds of workshops, not attending any workshops, and good attitude towards our patient. We must love our patient. That are the main important things for our orthopedic surgeons. Now, regarding the diet, if I would think about self, what kind of diet we should have to take? Balanced diet. What is that? 40% carbohydrate, 30% protein, and 30% fat. If you are a vegetarian, take more proteins. Avoid refined carbohydrate, sugar sweets. You must avoid that one, and bakery foods also. And See, ideal carbohydrate. What are the ideal carbohydrates? And avoid fried fruits. Fast food restaurants have greater health hazards. We know this one, but we cannot maintain. And these are the things: proteins, poultry, fish, eggs, white part, and minerals, calcium, magnesium, sprouted wheat. For tropical countries, at least 10 glasses of water every day we shall have to take. See, orthopedic surgeons are really too busy to do any regular exercises, which is the most essential to keep the body fit and away from the disease. And don't neglect your wonderful body. You must give attention, pay attention what is happening in your body, and you must think about your body. Scientific exercise, every day you have to do the aerobic exercises. Walking must. Swimming at least, for if you don't go for that, that is another thing. But walking you should have to continue minimum 30, 40, 50. If you do it for 1 hour, it's good. Muscle strengthening exercises, stretching exercise, and calisthenic exercises, push-up, bukdandawa, you can do that. And meditation, of course, if you do that, that is good for your health. And all activities of a man are directed towards attaining happiness. Whatever we do, we want to get happiness. Happiness is never achieved without the righteousness. This is very important, dear friends, righteousness. It is our bounden duty to be righteous in one's action. Honesty, devotion, dedication, sincerity, all these are very important for your life. And this is, you see, in 1994, my PhD supervisor, Professor Mirazimov, I myself in Tashkent, he was the director for more than 15 years, and he died in a catastrophic road accident when he was self-driving. He died in 2009. My Professor Shevtsov, and I got these three. Professor Sklerenko from Kiev. I was talking after coming back from there every day. 3 years back, he died at the age of 95. He died road traffic accident, and Professor Shevtsov is still alive, running 83 years. So these are all three my teacher and mentor, from whom I learned a lot of things, including everything: way of discipline, how to lead a life, what to do, and what I should do with the patients. All these things I learned from all these three gentlemen. And finally, dear friends, what I've shown to you, these are all my personal experience, life of Kurgan, Soviet life. And these are the great three people from USA, you know, Rosebrook from New York, Drew Pele, and Harjan Bach. They are taking my all books. And so I'm proud to be a member of all these books. So thank you so much for your kind. Oh, I'm showing you this, my young life snow. See, this is my in Kiev.
We also have this picture, sir. Also.
Yes, I know you have this
Yes,
picture.
sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. Again.
Thank you, sir. Please stop your screen share. We want to go to participant mode. And today, it is a very big day, and also the very long presentation day. It already 3.5 hours already passed. So today, Kurgan Fellow Group concluded his basic session, and it's became a reference for anyone that all the things and minute details we try to include in our session, and all the things are uploaded in the YouTube, and it is a very well documentary. If you want to learn ILIZAROV and get initial idea, and after getting the initial idea, reading books, if you have the working experience, and you can do better in the ILIZAROV surgery. And also you can learn one thing from the session is that always respect your mentor and always follow your mentor, and don't be hesitate to show your respect to your mentors. And we learn from Barisar. Barisar always do that. And we, the Kurgan fellow, have the keep the promise that we want to respect our mentors and also the teachers who guided us and who pushes us to the forward. And there is no question answer session and some opinion session. I will go different participant from different countries, just one participant. And after that, I will go for Barisar for his concluding commentary and speech. And Samsuluddin sir is back. And I have a question to Barisar, just on his part. What are the things, because we know that you went to Russia for medical education, what are the things pushed you to take ILIZAROV as a career? Because I want to know what are your motivation or what is your inspiration to become an ILIZAROV surgeon. I will go for Barisar on his part. Now I am going to some international participant for their comments regarding the session. And first, today there is a very one new participant from Bangladesh, Dr. Ayub Ali. He is from Cox's Bazar, the largest sea beach in the world, and one of the sea beach in Bangladesh. And Ayub Ali sir, can you hear me? Ayub Ali sir, can you hear me? Ayub Ali sir, can you hear me? Okay, sir. If I got connected to the Ayub Ali sir, then I will go for him. Now I am going to Adekunle sir. Please make a short comment about the on last 1 month session, and if you have any advice, you can add. Adekunle sir, from Nigeria.
Yeah, well done. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
It's a very long day today, but I made sure that I stayed till the end, and I'm happy to hear a lot from all the Kurgan fellow. It's an inspiring day, and then what Professor Barry has also shown is very inspiring. But I love the question Dr. Arif asked Professor Barry. What has actually inspired you to pick ILIZAROV? It's a very important question. And then I always love what you keep saying, that it's a very long learning curve. Today has been very fantastic. We are still, okay, let me also tell you that we have an ILIZAROV to do. We are still in the theater. So we'll be sending you the post-op and the pre-op x-ray.
Thank you, sir.
After the procedure. So we've learned a lot from you, learned a lot from everybody in Bangladesh. So we look forward to the advanced level. Oh, that's one of my residents this is Dr. Ojo, one of my residents in orthopedics. So we are still in the theater together. Okay. So thank you very much.
And inspire him for ILIZAROV technology, sir.
Oh, okay. I must answer.
Okay. Your answer, Professor Barry.
I was the student of medical college here. And I applied in 1975. I got a scholarship into, at that time, after the liberation of Bangladesh, Soviet Union and Bulgaria, government scholarship. Then I availed, I will go to Russia. I was the student. First year, second year I would, then I left. Then when I was in Russia, I finished the graduation. Then I heard regarding this, the new biology. When I was finishing, then at the same time, I entered into the, again, second time government scholarship for my country in MS Orthopedics. As soon as I entered in the MS Orthopedics, then my Professor Sklerenko, he told me, have you heard the name of ILIZAROV? I said, yes, I have heard, but I don't know anything. So long back, it was in '84. Then he told me, so this is the case, that new biology, new thing is going on. Then I have finished, I have come back here. I had the intention, I applied for the government job. I entered into a government job here. Before that, in Russia, 15 republics, they have all the time, all the institutes, they had the ILIZAROV apparatus, everything in Russia, everything, because that were invented in 51 and blooming was in 71. See, everywhere. Then I thought that I will learn this one, because the apparatus and the theory, everything started from here. Then I decided to go for ILIZAROV. Then gradually I have started this one, you know. Then I have done my PhD, MS, then came back to my country, started working. Again, I have gone for a higher studies for PhD doing. And then I decided that I will go PhD, because Tashkent also instrument, everything, ILIZAROV. Kiev also ILIZAROV. Then I thought I will go to Kurgan. Then I went to Kurgan. And since 2003, every year I'm coming sick. And the institute that I have a good contact. Even I have finished the institute in Kiev, I have a good contact with the Kurgan. And the Kurgan people loved me too much. I loved them too much. And all the professors, teachers, I have a very good contact with them. And in that way, gradually, step by step, I have entered into the ILIZAROV technology. And I tell you, from the core of my heart, I love this technique. I love the people, because I can do something with this technique. And you, the people, those who are Shamsulullah, well known in India and outside India, he's also doing. Now, see, you, the people, will be, and they go within a short time, he will be also in well-known ILIZAROV surgeon. He's doing like this. Yes, this is true, dear friends. And those who are here, I see all within a short time, you will be a well-known surgeon in the world, not only in the country.
There is
Thank you so much.
in the one line. His name is Jumnan Songden. I just asked him, please unmute yourself, and can you please, sir? Okay, sir, we can see you.
Jumnan Songden. Okay.
Yes.
Sir, please have your
Yes,
comments to overall session, sir.
Yes, I appreciate all the sessions that we've had with you people. I have followed almost all the lectures. I just missed a few, but today I was able to follow from the beginning to the end. And I'm very happy. I want to congratulate Professor Barry. I want to thank Arif, Golam. I can't remember all the names, but I really appreciate you people. I did a mini fellowship in ILIZAROV in Egypt, and I've been practicing ILIZAROV. But I was so captivated by your lectures, and I have learned a lot. And this final day that you have done to show us all that happened in Kurgan has made me to desire that one day I will also go to Kurgan and see what they are doing in Kurgan. And about your comment that we should specialize in one area, I think is very good. If we focus on one area, we will become the best surgeons in that area, and the society, the world in general will be better for it. So I want to congratulate you people. I will want to have your contact so that I can be sharing some of my cases with you, and you will be able to advise me on how well I'm doing. And I really want to thank you. Thank you, Professor Barry, and your team. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I am very happy to know that our session makes you motivated to speak, and also makes you motivated for ILIZAROV technique. And it is our happiness, and it is our just great achievement is this. So please stay connected. We will come back with more advanced technique of ILIZAROV, and any advice, any information that you may need for this journey to as a ILIZAROV, you can just text us, and you can contact with us. We are happy to help you. Now I am going to PRS sir. Every day PRS sir is just present from first to last of our session, and today our last presentation day. So I just want to know his opinion and have some comments about the overall session.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
So finally, we are coming to an end, and it was an excellent 1 month spending with so many hours. It was like a family thing, and listening to all the lectures and Bari sir was really predictable. And especially last days, all the Kurgan diary that everybody showed was as if we are transported to Kurgan. I was really inspired all those videos. all the snow-capped sceneries and all. So it was really fantastic, and to have a mentor like Dr. Bari is really fortunate, because nowadays it's very difficult to get good mentors, because orthopedic practice is more or less guided by lust and greed. So nobody wants to teach nowadays. Especially because if you teach somebody, he will become a competitor. So everybody wants not to teach. So to have a mentor like a Bari is like really a God gift. It's really a God gift. I'm telling because of my own experience. Nobody wants to teach nowadays. And to learn, to teach and share, and especially Dr. Bari sir's advice about life, these are excellent things, because most of the autism that I see, I don't know what sort of life they are living.
Sir, can I request you to open your video if you can open this? We cannot see you for first any session.
No, because I'm not opening my video because since lockdown I'm not shaved.
Oh, very good. What is P? What is R? What is R? RS?
P is Preeti Ranjan Sinha. Preeti Ranjan Sinha.
Oh.
P is for Preeti, R is for Ranjan, S for Sinha.
Oh, Preeti Ranjan Sinha.
Yes.
I thought that this is proud reference for the surgeons.
So you're looking very nice in birds, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your nice words. And now I am just
again. You are from which part of?
I'm basically from Bihar. I'm Patna only. From Shamsullah, sir.
Oh, Shamsullah. Oh, yeah, good.
But right now I'm staying in Ghaziabad, sir. In Delhi.
Ghaziabad, near Delhi.
So you're from my city, sir.
Yes, I had been there in a conference. There was a conference in Ghaziabad.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are coming at the end of our presentation now. I am going to the co-host. Co-host Dr. Nazmullah Shetu have a few words to overall session, and any comments or any promise to the audience for the future program. And then, sir, I tried for Aibali, but I cannot get connected with him.
But he is here.
Yes, sir. Aibali, sir, if you just in online, please unmute yourself and have a comments. And from Nazmullah Shetu to Ghulam Mustafa for short comment, and Bari sir concluding comment, then Samsullah sir for overall comments. Okay, sir. Please follow the sequence. And Nazmullah Shetu, please.
G. Munir, Hamid, everybody should tell. And finally, Shamsullah will talk.
Thank you, Dr. Hari. And thank you all. And at first, I want to thank and grateful to our sir, Bari sir. He's give us a very long time with us and very attached with us, and always give us the suggestion and guided us for the session. And all credits of this webinar session goes to Dr. Arif, because he designed it, organized it, and mentioned the subject topics, and also he supplied the materials from where we can get the last message. And so he always help us a lot. So I always, I again mention and thank you to Dr. Arif, and also our audience who are connected with us for the long time, and also the our fellow colleagues and Kurgan fellow colleagues, and also the Nigerian doctors, Indian doctors, and Nepalese, all our who inspired us all the time. Again, thank you all, and we hope this is our inspiration for the next time to do this type of webinar session. And actually, this session was done only the motto to create and to inspire new ILIZAROV surgeons in our country. And the beauty of ILIZAROV and what ILIZAROV can do, we want to show this by this webinar session.
Okay.
If this message is go to the new surgeons, that is our achievement, we think. Thank you all. Dr. Arif.
Thank you, sir. Now I am going to G. Muni, sir, for short comments, and then Ghulam Mustafa.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Arif. We are at the end of our webinar session. Previously told by one of the participants that nowadays, no one want to teach or no one to share anything, but we are tried something to share our experiences, our operations, our all from the Kurgan and from Bangladesh. We tried a little, but which will help you in your future life, future operations. I thank to our Professor Barisar for giving a long time with us. I give thanks to all our participants who were with us for a month. I give thanks to Dr. Arif, who arranged this webinar session a good way. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your short comments. And now, Ghulam Mustafa, please have a short comments.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
One of our Kurgan fellow, and today he nicely presented the Kurgan hospitals and academics. Ghulam Mustafa.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I want to pay my respect and gratitude to my mentor, Professor Imam Bari sir. He gave us a long time, and thanks to all the audience who joined with us. And we think this type of webinar will be helpful to you people, and it will be help in the future. A special thanks to Arif Bhai for this brilliant idea during this COVID period. And I think everybody will be benefited and for the future. If any help is needed, we will always with you, because my mentor Professor Barisa struggled a lot for this ILIZAROV technique, and we know the students of his students know that very well, and and it is our duty now. It is our duty to spread this method and popularize it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am going to Mufakkal Bari sir. Then I will go for Samsuluddha sir. You know that this session was streaming in Auto Live and Auto World with the courtesy of Samsuluddha sir. For the last 1 month, he every time he works with us as a technical coordinator, and it is a very good example of Indo-Bangladesh friendship. And you know that as a good neighbor, Bangladesh has a very good relationship with India, and also between the peoples of India. And we want to continue this relationship, and with the doctors to exchange their knowledge and to exchange their views and to enrich the medical science and also the ILIZAROV technique. And now I'm going to Mufakkal Bari sir. Please have your comments, overall session, your guidance, advice, also inspirating speech. Please continue, sir. Bari sir.
Okay. This is now good evening. Good evening, now. Not afternoon. What about the Nigerians? Good evening or good morning there?
Sir. Good evening.
Sir. My foreign colleagues, fellows, PRS, Shamsuluddha, Edekulle, Jumman, Songdong, and Ken. Today I don't see Ken. Rajesh, everyone, and my country fellows, my dear students. I enjoyed a lot. And Abdullah. Oh, Abdullah is here. He's from the OT. I enjoyed a lot for the last, starting from 17th of May, and today is 24th. And I learned a lot of things from my old friends, junior friends. They're all my junior friends now, colleagues. And I tried my best to give you something all the time. This is my motto always. If I know something, I want to share it to my friends, through my junior colleagues, so that they can help the people. And this is my always, it was, you have seen when I took the classes in Itor with you, I always try to give something to you new. Do it, do it, do it. And you have heard the name of Kurgan from my tongue first time, repeatedly. Once you are an orthopedic surgeon, you must visit Kurgan. The biology from where it has started. No other in medical science you can see. ILIZAROV is applied in vascular surgery, ILIZAROV in urology, ILIZAROV in gynecology. See, so this is in pediatrics, in geriatrics, everywhere. This is the only one method and technique. This is not that something you have done or finished. No, this is a methodology, this is a technique, this is a philosophy that we wanted to share among ourselves. The topic and the technique, those who have once time has got the smell of this technique, this smell, and you'll realize that what this technique is giving you to you. Giving to you, number one, mental satisfaction. Number two, money. Number two, you know, everything. You can do whatever you like. You can mold all these things. That's why I tell all the time, this ILIZAROV technique is PPT. Predictable, preventable, and tractable. You can predict what is happening. You can control this, prevent this. And tractable, that means in your control, you can do that. PPT, these are the very important things. And if you do the correction of the deformities, I am telling you, most of my Indian friends, except the ILIZAROV surgeons, even totally, they know me very well. Why? Because this ILIZAROV, due to this ILIZAROV. Due to this ILIZAROV. Raju Vaishyo is my very good friend. And Kemago is my very good friend. Why? Because I know ILIZAROV. They know. Now, what is ILIZAROV? The orthopedic surgeon, they realize only by ego, they try to always push. Always push like this by ego. So that's why, thank you very much. Thanks to, a special thanks to Shamsuluda. It is not a simple thing. Ortho TV, Ortho World TV all the time. And we did a program with the Karnataka KOA and PRS also. Thank you so much that you are joined here. And these young Kurgan fellows, they have seen there is a bad smell regarding the Russia all the time. Western world against. But if you go to the Kurgan center, this gentleman, Munir, he was in UK before that. You ask him, talk with him. If you go there, if you know the Russian language, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. And it gives me very, 100% satisfaction because I know Russian better than English. And whenever I go there, every department, Dr. Badi has come. I can talk easily. So that's why if you learn something Russian, go there, it will be easy for you. And not that the technique is so hard, no. Sincerity only. I tell all the time, these are the things that I repeat for the students. Sincerity, devotion, dedication, honesty, and effort. If you embark all these things, then you'll rise. And somebody is controlling you all the time. And he will help you, Almighty. Almighty Allah will help you. So these are the things. And probably this is a successful one of the things. Successful, not that participant persons, helping persons, you the people came here, that's why it was. I think this is a successful one of the webinar, learning curve it is. And drawbacks maybe, if this drawback something goes to me, goes to Arif, goes to everyone, not only Arif, Shetu, Munir, Ghulam Mustafa, Abdullah, and goes to also Shamsuluddin and PRS, everyone. Not you going to tell me these are not this. Everybody will share. This is the things. So this is the we'll talk later on, and we'll problem discussion. We'll talk. We'll go into the deep, what to do, what you can do by ILIZAROV. We, the third world country, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, this Burma, even Singapore, You should have to think about this. Then Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, same common problems. People are same. Our problems are common and we can solve. Don't think about the Western world. Not always. Yes, they have a problem, they will solve their own problem. And we can solve our problems by this single technique. Because from my residency, long time, still today, whenever I have finished, I have finished my graduation in 1982 from Kiev, capital of Ukraine. One of the beautiful cities in the world. And then I decided I'll go for orthopedics. I know Russia is in two specs, is holding the first position in the world, in orthopedics and in eye. Everybody knows. Then I decided to go for this. Because what First World War, Second World War, then they advanced this one. Our ego, politics, that is another thing. We don't need to think about that one. So dear friends, I talk a little bit more probably. Thank you very much. Keep in touch. We are the friends. We have to do something for our poor people. If you do something, you can do something starting for a very simple, complex. This is the simple technique. This is the method. You can do this. Only you stuck with this technique, you'll be able to shine, I tell you. This is from my teaching, from my learning, from my experience. Shevtsov, Vladimir Ivanovich Shevtsov told me, Bari, if you want to be a well-known surgeon, go for ILIZAROV. Do with the deformity correction. Don't believe the others. He told, don't believe the living failures. He's running 83. And I am running also more than 65. What do we in between 60 and 70? This is not time are passing. But I have seen, and that's why I have kept all my documentation, what I have done. I have got the documentation. And without documentation, I never talk. I have all the publications. You can see, if you don't believe in me, not that I proudly know. You see in Medcrave American Journal, 37 publications, single man in the world. In single journal, Medcrave American. You can search, everything will come up. In Kurgan Center, they are publishing everything group. But as a man, I only one. Only ILIZAROV publications. How many publications you can do? You can do that. Whatever you do, single case, two case, keep documentation. And that will help you and you will rise up. These are the things. So I think these are all my 7 fellows. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. The earnings, that this is in my forehead. If I teach them, my earnings will be low, my earning will be rise. Most of the surgeons, not orthopedic others, I don't want to teach people. You PRS, you told. No, you share. Whatever you know, you share. Decentralize this one. And this is the thing. And science will come up and Allah will help you all the time, behind you. You have not seen your back. Since you're spending time, you have not seen your back. And somebody is guiding you, you should have to think that one also. So these are all teachings you know. You're all learned people. All are learned people. So keep in touch with us. Problem case discussions will continue. I think you are not feeling bored. I think you are not feeling bored for the last 1 month. What I should say, I am happy, too much happy. Not only happy, too much happy. And we have already, I told Arif, make this one in a published 24 lectures, everything. It will help something to the people. Something to this is the guidance for the Bangladeshi, these people. And how many people's here and everything, your picture will be there. They attended this webinar. First we'll find out, we'll publish this one. And it will help our generation to generation. Target it to be like that, we will help. So thank you very much. If anything wrong, please forgive me. Okay? And I tried my best. All the time. And from today we'll be departed. That's another thing. It was a good learning for me, for everyone. Every day I could see the face of Shamsuludda and sometimes your face. From tomorrow, I'll not see your face. This is also thinking. This human being, why we are here? Every day I was seeing this face. No talk, no face. Again, we'll arrange to see our face again, if you are agree. Okay? Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir, for your nice talks and for your directional speech. Now I'm going to Samsuluddin sir, our technical coordinator and also a good friend to Bangladesh Kurgan Fellow Group. And sir, please unmute yourself and have comments, and you can stop the live streaming.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Arif. Thank you, Basil sir, for your golden words. This and thanking you from Ortho TV side. Thank you from Dr. Ashok Sham. Special thanks to all the fellows, all the audience over there. The whole session of 1 month was like a complete phenomena. If one comes here, he can learn the basics and all complications of ILIZAROV from the whole videos. I always wait at the end to hear golden words from Basil sir. He has given us blessings, he has given us teachings. A special thanks to him. So with this, because this is too late, I'm ending the live session here and request you to continue the advanced course in the future. Thank you, sir.
And I, sir, I ask for your continuous future support in our sessions if we programmed it in the future. So please keep connected with us, and we will be back in short time. So you can stop the transmission. And today, you know that it is a very big session. So I will just divide this session in different parts and upload this in the YouTube sequentially. Because if we upload the 4 hours program, then sometimes it takes very long time to just enjoy all the things. So I want to just make some department of this session and upload it later on in the YouTube and get connected with our YouTube channel. And you know that ILIZAROV Clinic, AUMC and Ortho World. And if you subscribe this channel, you will get all the newly uploaded video when it is uploaded. And Samsuluddin sir, you can stop the YouTube streaming.
Yeah, sure, I'm doing that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. And stopping the live stream.
Yes,
thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.